That shit gone. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner.
Fatal.
Welcome to Jody's Corner, everybody.
Hey,
We up in the building. What's up, y'all?
Good morning.
Good
We up in here,
Oh,
y'all.
God. Dang.
Finish him.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, God.
It's Tuesday.
God dang.
My partner right here, J3.
What's
J3
up? What's
here.
going on, y'all? What's going on out there, man? We on Jody's Corner in the morning. Yeah.
And my main, the special guest this week is Ronan Joe Triple. Ronan Joe getting Jesus
Morning,
blessing us
everybody.
with his presence
Man,
and his
let me
knowledge.
Talk. I'm here. Let's get it in. Happy to be here. Good week so far. Yeah, it's great.
That's good to know, man. And last but not least, that's HT300.
What's going on, ladies and gents?
It's official, guys. We're in the news. Let's start and begin. Let's get right into the topics. We got a full slate. We want to be here for an hour and a half. We want to be out here at 11:30. Let's hit these topics.
Yeah, right.
First, I want to shout out Jesus Alvarez, man. JA's Alliance. He's the one that gave me two of the articles, one of the first ones, so I got to give him credit. Shout out to Brandon Bobo for also shooting me this news early in the morning. Shout out to the mods, Christo Black, Tony Robinson, and Jesus. Jody, you've been slacking lately. No It Trailer 2 reaction, no Endgame spoiler review vids. Like 4 of them are deleted or something. Can't even find them on the channels. What you doing, Jody? VFX Frieza, I've never seen you comment in my life. You've just come out of nowhere. I never seen you before. So either you're a lurker or you don't really watch my channel. So you would know that there is a spoiler review of Endgame on my channel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With me, you, Marquise, and
The code.
Code.
Yeah.
Cool.
So check my channel. And if you're talking about the spoiler review from the league, that was a live stream. That's a 5-hour video that needs to be uploaded to the Just Us League live channel, which I'm pretty sure you probably don't know nothing about because you don't really watch. David H. Disney NWO is what he said. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. So let's check out this article. Shout out to comicbook.com. It says, as of Tuesday morning, Disney completely controls Hulu.
Dang.
Disney and Comcast announced a new deal on Tuesday, which is early this morning, giving Disney full operational control of Hulu going forward. This takes effect immediately, though Comcast still owns 33% of the streaming company. The two companies have entered what is called a put/call agreement, which means that there is a 5-year tentative contract in place. As early as 2024, Comcast can require Disney to purchase NBC Universal's 33% ownership stake. Likewise, at that time, Disney could require NBC Universal to sell that stake at fair market value. Another big piece of the puzzle is the streaming rights to all of NBC Universal's content. In addition to the put-call agreement, Comcast has agreed to stream all of NBC Universal's content on Hulu until that 2024 time period.
Yo.
So we have contracts in place. They come to an agreement to the point where, hey, fair market value, you have to sell it to me. That's what Disney is saying. Or it's the vice versa. Comcast, Disney purchases the rest of it. They can sell it to Disney. But either way it goes, Disney will get that 33% in 5 years. That's exactly what it looks like to me. What is y'all take on the mouse taking over the greenhouse? Ronan, I want to get your take, man. What's your take on this, bro?
That castle is really powerful, man.
It's powerful,
A lot
bro.
of magic in
this
there.
This is huge.
It's ridiculous. Like, it ain't going. So, like,
A lot of magic
them
in
buying
there.
everything, are they going to be in competition with themselves? Like, they don't. It's like they don't want to battle anybody else. They just want to control everything. That's weird to me.
Why did you say competition with it? You talking about Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Disney Plus has their streaming service coming
they're
out.
They're putting their stamp on everything. So it's like they're really not in competition with anybody. They're trying to buy the competition and just kind of oversee everything. I don't think that that's fair in a sense. Like, because, I mean,
crazy.
you have other companies that are putting out different things, and you want to see other genres. Like, what's going to happen, like, if it's all the same? You know what I mean? That's what I kind of fear. They're making moves, yes, business standpoint, that's a great idea. But when you talk about creativeness, it's like, well, what happens now? Like, it's going to be limited because a lot of what you're going to see on Hulu, Disney Plus, is going to feel the same. It's going to feel oversaturated. You're going to get tired of it because you're going to be like, damn, Disney owns this too? They're over here now? Like, so where's the fine line at? And I don't like the sound of it, but from a business point of view, it's great. But as a consumer who's going to be putting money down and watching, or maybe still deciding, it's kind of hurts.
Which is the important part. As consumers,
it kind of hurts.
Is this what we want? You say it hurts. You think it's a negative thing because you're automatically probably thinking lack of content from other companies.
Content, and then the grown-ups and stuff and the teenagers, man, that want to see gritty storytelling and gritty, style television. A lot is going to be watered down, and that was the kind of problem we had with Disney already. And the stuff that's for families is cool, but you want to have some diverse, some adult stuff in there too. And I feel like we may not get that, because Hulu had a lot of that stuff. But now that the Magic Castle's coming in, that might be gone.
So they're putting Marvel content across both platforms anyway. You're gonna have stuff on Disney Plus. You're gonna have stuff that's already on Hulu.
Yep.
They already have programs that are on Hulu right now.
But does that change though?
I don't know. Let's start this discussion. J3, what's your take on this? How do you feel?
I agree with Ronan. It is a good idea, business move moving forward. Own everything. The problem is just nobody want to own anything. Everybody's being suckers now, and they just sitting up there letting everybody buy everything. They're not investing in themselves. It's just like it's a sad time, and I'll say in history right now because of a company like Disney's magnitude buying so much and knowing what they want to do.
So you're completely negative on this. It's a sucker thing to you.
It's sucker because it's like, dang, y'all, like you said, y'all got this too. It's just more when you look at the things that they've done in the past from properties that they have purchased, they have not elevated those properties. They've let people be fools and just kept it going. Oh, they'll take it, and then they never. Competition is the key of life. Without competition, there's no growth. It goes from the first men. This guy ran faster. Shoot, I got to jump higher. We got to do things to get ourselves better. If your only competition is yourself, shout out to Fabulous, you can't elevate. Think about it. If Eazy-E was the beacon of rap.
Well, look, Apple has announced that they're coming into the fold with a streaming service. That's a new competitor entering the market. So maybe that's more competition for Disney.
Apple ain't competition because Apple is the same thing as Disney. You gotta look at it. It's like, remember when Samsung came out? Samsung cell phones were just better than Apple, and then Samsung
still are
to a degree. But then Samsung started trying to be like Apple, and they started losing certain traits on their type of phone quality, trying to catch up to what they were doing instead of just being 100% different.
Yeah.
When you come into business like that, it starts to you notice it. It's we're going down a dark hill, man. It's like you have to go to Best Buy now. You don't have Good Guys. You don't have Circuit City. There's no competition.
Wow.
You need competition, and they already bought Fox, bro. They got Fox.
Still got to have a good business model, J3, and the Good Guys. They were expensive. They didn't have everything you needed.
Yeah.
They went under.
Yeah.
Best Buy tight though, man. I love Best Buy. I love going there just looking at you window shopping and shit.
Yeah, but
what happened to the movie
You
section,
a window
though?
shopper.
That's what I do, man. Hey, I go
where that movie
I go
section
look.
at?
I look at the 85-inch TVs, man. Like, oh man, and then if they had a
about the
computer,
consumer products?
Good Guys, Circuit City, I feel that I'm looking at the same thing.
It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily looking at things.
Best Buy is numbered as well. They're about to be done in the next couple of years. Amazon's taking over everybody.
Oh, facts.
And
Walmart's going to struggle to hold on.
Who?
GameStop is gone.
Who is
Scrap.
GameStop been gone.
Rest in peace.
Maybe the chat could look it up because I'm not. I'm about 100% on this one. But Amazon is owned by whom?
Amazon. They're their own thing.
They got a company above that.
No. It's the man who just got his buck split.
I know.
That's the creator.
Somebody look it up. I remember.
It's owned by that man.
No. I know that. But what I'm saying is that there's like
in the stock exchange of these Amazon.
There's like people that have stocks in Amazon that are just as major as they are.
Nah, but it's Amazon. Amazon is the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because
Like Alpha,
I think that
Apple
I
is
think
Alphabet,
the mouse.
ABC.
I think the mouse has a hand in that because the mouse has a special.
No.
Castle,
Disney,
man, I'm telling you.
Disney, this
Magical.
motherfucker.
No.
Amazon, Apple,
because
bruh.
I remember
Amazon
looking
Amazon
at,
and Apple are not.
I remember looking at a map of what companies own what, and I remember seeing even though Amazon's big, it was still under somebody. I don't know who it was.
It's not.
All right, I gotta look it up, but somebody look it up because I saw a
Toontown
map and it was
Shopping
owned under
Center.
somebody or they, you know what I mean?
Jay, I checked. Amazon is majority owned by themselves. They have
Okay,
other
cool.
shareholders though, which is normal for a corporation.
That's what it was. It was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
them. It's just them.
But
Apple don't have no part of that.
it's Apple's the same way. You gotta look at it. Who take risk? Apple hasn't took a risk since Steve Jobs, so they're consumed on what they do. Disney don't take much risk neither.
They play safe all the time.
You play it safe. That's what made companies strive. It was risk and different things, and you had different tastes and different likes. We're going to a world where everybody's going to eat the same, breathe the same, look the same.
Mr. Mojo Ryson in the comment section says, once these big companies take over the little man, say bye to creativity. Look at Pixar only relying on sequels.
Yep.
I mean, that's the business model of these corporations, man. Brands, franchising, sequels. That you're gonna get stuff like sequels and stuff like that when it's involved with it.
And people have to.
It's about less risk with bigger companies. That's why places like Blumhouse are really important.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, his company that he shared with Weinstein, right?
Yeah, Bob and Harvey.
Yeah.
A24 films.
Yeah, A24. Yeah. That's
We
why
need
those are
those
important,
companies, yeah.
and we still got those. Those
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, they're gonna get bought too.
Yeah,
Please
then
don't say
that's
that.
a problem. When Disney and bigger companies, hey, little guy, come here, you're mine.
That's what's going to happen.
That's the problem.
And we have to really pay attention. Everyone, I can't stress this. Just because of X-Men, take Fox. Y'all crazy for that. Because now they own everything. Now they own half.
I still think there's good and bad on that though, man.
It's a
I think
lot of
Disney would do
bad,
some
bro.
great things with Fox IP.
There's a lot of bad on that, man. Look at Mickey Mouse. He's not even animated no more. It's a lot of bad on this, man.
He's animated, it's just different animation, 3D
I'm
animation.
He's
good,
live action
bro,
now.
and it ain't entertaining. I'm just saying.
All right, so you're negative on it.
Yeah,
You're negative on it, Ronan.
A little bit, yeah.
HD3, what's your stance?
I feel that from a standpoint of a viewer, I'm afraid that I'm not gonna get the stuff that I want to watch on Hulu anymore because I love Hulu. I watch Hulu literally every single day of the week. I watch Hulu.
Are you watching more Hulu than Netflix?
Way more Hulu than Netflix.
Way
more.
Way more. Because I'm a TV show guy.
Oh, I'm a movie guy.
Yeah.
Got you.
Hulu is pro TV.
Yeah, true.
Netflix is pro movies.
Film, yeah.
So yeah. So it's like
although Netflix does have some great original programming though. Designated Survivor, Kiefer Sutherland, really good show.
and Hulu has some good movies on there too.
Classics too.
With commercials on them. Ugh.
Oh, I don't pay
Like you
for
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
$12 a month.
I don't either.
No.
I don't either, but they have the breaks, the little different
Nah.
When it has to
they
figure
don't.
itself
Yeah,
out.
they're
Oh
from-
wait, he
they're-
paid.
Yeah, they're from
Get out of my face.
they're from,
Oh wait, he paid.
Wow.
I hate that.
that little circle up there.
No.
Yeah,
He paid.
it might be quick, but it's there.
Continue.
And their movies are taken from TV. They're
Dang.
trash.
FX and
Look,
stuff.
FX
Look,
Avengers
so
is not the
Avengers?
Avengers.
It's whack.
It's the FX version.
Wow, I didn't know
Movies
that.
suck.
Look.
It's all zoomed in and blurry. That ain't
That's
a real.
crazy. What, you paying for that?
They have.
Yeah, if you want that Dolby Digital, the Dolby
I'm
Vision,
paying for the TV shows.
come to Netflix.
The
Oh,
movies
got
are
you.
plus.
Gotcha,
The movies
gotcha.
are plus.
So
I'm
you're
not
focusing more
paying for
television.
movies
I
for
got you.
Hulu. But
Okay.
yeah, but
Alright.
I'm afraid that it's gonna be like a Disney-fied, man. Like I'm gonna get the rated R.
Oh, okay.
You know?
I was gonna ask what's Disney-fied?
Yeah. Like the
Sprinkles.
PG, the G's, you know, the
white gloves.
and you saying
The white gloves.
You saying off stream, you know, Ghost Rider, you know, what's up with that now?
What's happening
Like,
with exactly.
Ghost Rider, you know,
Thank you.
that would have been tight, but now like who knows, you know? So from a
Consumer.
business standpoint,
It all makes sense.
it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's
Look,
fantastic.
Disney, you're tight.
But we're not a business though. We're consumers.
Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse, you're great, bro.
Oh, thank
Bruh.
you.
but I fear for future
Yeah.
that it's going to be same thing.
Same.
Like they can't own everything. but I fear that they're trying to own everything. It's clear that they want to own the whole world.
Okay.
Remember,
And that's the issue.
There's a couple of donations that I want to get to, and then we'll go back to J3. HG Squeezy gave us $5.
Hey.
Thank you, HG Squeezy. He says it's called Monopoly.
I wish I could
Disney
say.
is sprinkling that Mickey Mouse magic and taking what they can to build an empire. It's time we create our own. Hashtag Jody's Corner, baby.
Hey.
Right. Hey, shout out to people out here trying to make their dreams come true like myself. It's happening. It's right before your very eyes. I went from nothing but a camera phone and a computer desktop light
And a couch.
to studio, baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of y'all, and it's all for y'all. You know, the little guy. Shout out to the little guy. Speaking of the little guy, Chrisette Noel says, I love you, Jody. 4 quality brothers on my screen. Some dancing and shit. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. J3, how you feel? FFC, thank you for putting my address down there for business inquiries and things like that. J3.
Well, you know, it's just like, for instance, a couple years back on YouTube, what did Disney do? They bought a bunch of channels. They just dropped bread on everybody's channel. Anybody that had epic quality, like, you know, the rap, epic rap battles.
Yes.
That was one of the major ones. All those game channels, Disney
Fine
bought them
Rose.
all, bro.
They brought them
Bought them
too.
all, and then had them fools looking like slaves the next week. Yeah, welcome to just gonna do this, like, guys. All right, they just bought everybody's stuff, and that's what they do. And they did it so they can, because they had a big
But hold
following.
on. They did sell it, though.
Stipulations to that, though.
You sold it.
True, but at the same time, they sold it. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes, like, we had a conversation about that, like, what would you sell and things like that.
Yes, we did.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons why it's like, you know what, sometimes you gotta stand back and look at the situation with what you have, because you can sell something and then still try to rebuild it, but it might not hit the second time. You know, sometimes blessings don't hit in the same area. You know, and when you see companies like this, I think it's cool, but also it's a bad thing because they own it too much and ain't nobody else invest in nothing. They stopped the cell phone companies from monopolizing each other, because wasn't AT&T finna buy like
Singular. They bought Singular. I think they took Singular.
They
out.
bought Singular, but they was gonna go for Sprint
about it,
and T-Mobile.
Right. So AT&T was trying to buy T-Mobile, and then Sprint got involved and complained to the federal government that it's not fair. It's kind of like a monopoly, but it really wasn't. And the government rejected the deal, so that's why T-Mobile is alive to this day.
Wow.
But it's owned under Sprint.
T-Mobile under Sprint?
Yes, sir.
It is? No, it's not. T-Mobile bought
T-Mobile's not its
Boost.
own.
Metro.
T-Mobile got Metro.
T-Mobile bought Metro, and and Sprint just owns.
I think,
This is just Sprint. Verizon.
Sprint don't own T-Mobile.
Sprint don't own T-Mobile.
Last time,
That's a GSM network. They don't carry a CDMA network. There's two different type of technologies. I don't think Sprint owns T-Mobile.
you keep it the same way, but you don't change the tech. Now you gotta check the tech.
Right.
But regardless of it, you know, we have a lot of
Rashid C says Mickey equals unlimited power. Execute order 66. They said T-Mobile's trying to buy Sprint.
oh, there's the other way.
Okay, yeah, so it makes sense.
But it's
Squashed eyeball.
it's too much problems going on with this business stuff, man. All I hear is Disney. I don't hear nobody else, no other corporations trying to do nothing, trying to build nothing. Apple staying to themselves.
But what does that tell you, though? Shouldn't that tell you something? Look,
That means
NBC Universal owns 33%. That's Comcast.
That's enough to get bought out.
That's Comcast. That's Time Warner. That's basically Warner Brothers. And they lobbied to buy the other? Are they coming to Disney again? Since we lost the bid, and look at the bid for Fox. Comcast put a bid of I forgot what it was. It was around $60 billion, and then Disney said, "Freak you! Here's $75 billion," and they won. They bought Fox. So that money that you saved, that $60 billion that you didn't spend, Comcast, Time Warner, why didn't you take a couple billion of that and say, "Well, let me buy the rest of Hulu then"? They didn't, because you know what? They don't care.
And that's the problem. It's the wrong.
So should we penalize the people who are smarter and
not,
care more.
Let's say if they're not smarter or not. That's just it seems like a plot.
And they just entered an agreement. If we
bruh,
look at our article,
it seems like
they entered agreement in this contract that they signed, which means that they can require Disney to purchase that. They want that. They want to sell it.
Shout out to a mole, bro. That don't even sound like
they
Warner
want
Brothers,
to
bruh.
sell it.
You know Warner Brothers on that other stuff, bro. This sound like a mole in there. Disney, everybody selling their stuff to Disney. Sound like they bred particular people in a certain time frame. This is some old comic book stuff, but to infiltrate these companies, bro, they just selling all these stuff.
Hydra.
That don't make no sense.
Maybe.
I know it.
It's like, think of it this way: people's focus are in different positions, right? Fox sold their movies to double down on their sports and news broadcasting.
Right.
Something that's a shift. Like, all right, basically Fox said, "Freak the movies, try it, get them out of here, sell them."
Yeah,
we're gonna double down on FS1. And we're going to double down on Fox News. Regardless of how you feel about it, they're upgrading it and they're doubling down on that.
At the same time, Disney still has ESPN, ABC News, and still have everything to go against them.
But that's funny. FS1 is killing ESPN right now. So good thing that Fox chose to focus their stuff on something that they're good at, and now they're competing with Disney, not in the movies, but for sports media, news. FS1's killing at ESPN. Skipper Shannon or First Take?
We already know. Skip.
All right. But Colin Coward. Okay. His show's great.
So, all right. Skip is what, 65?
I thought he was 100.
Okay.
But okay.
I was being nice. So there's a limit to that. Man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's we got to look at it not now and look at later. We're about to hit a wall, bro. And one of the main things I have to say, I blame the consumers for this, because no one bought DVDs, no one went and watched movies, no one went and purchased toys, clothing. You bootleg, you stole, you did all this. Now companies don't even want the stuff no more because they see it's no revenue in that. And Disney is, I think that's one of the reasons why they're buying it. Disney is just buying up the stuff right now, and now we're gonna lose the content because the movies that Fox would have competed with to go against Disney, guess what? Those movies ain't finna come out. And shout out to Warner Brothers still keeping a little something that they got going on. That's some competition right there. We're gonna have a lot of bland freaking movies moving forward. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gonna be the independent world is finna shoot up like a rocket, and guess what's gonna be at their door knocking to buy that off of them? I'm telling you, man.
Wild Hunt 2020 says AT&T, Time Warner, and Warner Brothers, it's all one company, is the only company who could compete with Disney. AT&T alone can outspend Disney. So what happened was AT&T
bought Warner Brothers.
Bought Time Warner Media, which is everything.
Comcast and all that.
NBC, Warner Brothers. And that's AT&T at the very top. That's heavy spending power that they have. So I guess you would say AT&T / Warner Brothers is equal in power to what Disney can do, maybe even more. You have AT&T and Disney, and then what? Like Universal around there? Is Universal
NBC
and is NBC? Dang, that's all under Comcast, Time Warner then.
But you gotta look at it.
ABC,
but
Paramount,
but
Paramount, TriStar,
but
Sony.
Yeah.
But what's going out? Cable, Time Warner. Ain't nobody paying for that stuff.
That's the thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's smart. Disney, look, I don't know if this is a bad thing or looking at it off first glance, like, oh yeah, it looks bad. And I can agree with J3, HC3, and Ronan that yeah, it looks bad. But I'm not so sure that this is the wrong move. I think this is probably the smart move. They might be able to funnel and use Hulu to give more mature superhero shows, while on their Disney Plus streaming service give you more of the Disney sprinkle branded stuff. Look what they did. Let's really break it down. Disney bought Fox. Disney, under the Disney umbrella, will still release PG kiddie movies. I think they're going to utilize Fox to make out rated R movies. Then we talk about that. You're going to use Fox to push out rated R films under the guise of Fox while it's Disney making the bread. That's in film and theaters. What did they just do here? They're doing the same thing for streaming. Now we have our own streaming service. We're la-da-da rainbows, and now we got Hulu, which we could put out R-rated, mature-rated content. So they're killing it in the theater, and they're gonna be killing it on streaming.
Right.
That's huge.
Has Disney ever released a rated R film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one?
Dead Presidents is under Disney, bro.
Enemy of the State.
You mean the state?
Yeah.
Their presence is Buena Vista. Yeah.
You mean the state?
Dead Presidents, man. They could release. They release
Touchstone
fire.
Pictures.
Buena Vista home video.
If you look up films from the 90s and 2000s
Wow.
that are rated R, some of the best ones,
Okay.
Disney put them.
Okay, when was the last rated R film? What year?
I don't know. It wouldn't have been under Disney.
It'll be on a
It would have
Touchstone.
been under like
or-
a subsidiary, like
Wait
what
a
they
minute,
just
so
did,
hold on.
Fox. So now Fox is a Disney subsidiary. So everything Fox put out is Disney. But the benefit of it is we don't have our brand right on the film. So we're stepping away, still getting all the money, but we're going to put the Fox logo on it and release it as rated R, knowing it's still us.
See that's a. But
It's a win-win.
I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I
I
know
see
what you're saying.
It's
But
a win-win.
But at the same time, it's just like Marvel. Marvel is its own company. Take Marvel away from Disney and let Marvel do Marvel.
That will never happen. It's over.
See, there you go. So now
Playing it
let's
safe.
take it all. Marvel is owned by Disney. Don't expect to get that.
Yeah. That's right.
The Fox logo, all that stuff like that. Yeah, of course they can do that. That's good. But then you think about the competition factor. Am I going to give you my heavy hitter the same time Disney heavy hitter come out and give customers a choice? Absolutely not. I'm going to push back, move around, give priority to my property more so than their property.
Right.
I remember somebody asked me, they say, won't you should write and turn your work into to DC Comics and Marvel. And I said, absolutely not. Because if my stuff is better than what Batman and X-Men can do, they're going to shelf the shit out my stuff and they're going to push that. So I'll be losing. That's exactly what they finna do.
We have our own takes on that. We disagreed on that stance, but we won't get into that. I think that sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith and you got to put yourself out there,
You
man.
mean leap of safe? Is that what you mean?
well,
How
for,
many-
for Disney, that's leap of faith.
Okay.
But as what J3 was
Because
talking
what you
about,
said was interesting. Like I was going to ask you because when you said Touchstone Pictures on home video, they also were behind Michael Bay's The Rock.
yeah,
So, are we saying they're going back to basics, or are they really going to do that? Because what you said sounds good, but are they really going to push that?
This is
Because you
why-
got those consumers.
this is why I was happy. This is why I was happy that Disney bought Fox because
Yeah.
I know. Picture this: Fox released Trash Alien, right?
Okay.
Alien.
Yeah.
Look, however we feel about it, for me, Alien Covenant trash.
Yeah.
First two all day.
Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
okay.
She
Go
used
ahead.
a shotgun on
Terrible.
blood and slipped.
Predator.
Terrible.
Predator. Trash.
The-
Predator.
Wait,
trash.
wait.
The one that just came out with
Okay.
Olivia
So
Munn.
you got to say that. You got to say
The-
that.
the Predator.
87's tight.
Yeah, because it was funny.
yeah, yeah,
It was
it
funny.
That was a good comedy.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
funny.
right,
It
right,
was.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. So there we are. Imagine all of
Thomas
the
Jane.
Disney has.
I love him.
Disney is consistent with one thing, quality. They're consistent with another thing. They are able to tell stories that make you feel some type of way. Imagine that Disney element on top of a Fox Predator film with quality
I
writers.
see the
and
Magic
screenplays.
Castle and monsters running around singing.
No, it's Fox. It's still Fox. It's a lot of the people who worked under the on Alien films in the past. But the difference here is you do answer to us, but we're gonna let you do your thing for the most part. In fact, your $70 million budget film that you had, since we're Disney, let's go ahead and double that and see what you could come out with.
So
I got another one. So
Okay,
all right, you got
go
Disney
for it.
XD, right?
Yeah.
And they already have heavy hitter franchises. We're talking about animated cartoons and live action
and
shows.
it's gone. I lost it.
Shows are I'm sorry, movies that may not get sequels. I think will be exclusive to do like an actual continuation of a live action series. Tron, for example.
Yeah.
If they do a live action Tron series, they will get me as a subscriber for life. See what I'm saying? That's a franchise people want to see come back.
But no one saw
because-
it. But no one watched it though.
No, no,
That didn't
oh,
do
they
good in the
did.
box
They did.
office.
Blu-ray sales. We're talking about consumer, like he said, buying movies and digital stuff. And there was an animated series on XD, Uprising. They need to invest in what they didn't believe in. Now that they have a platform to do it, they can come back to it because we're not talking about cable network. We're talking about streaming service. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They're buying up everything. They have power now. they can give us a Tron series.
And
They
I
can.
Number 4
They
can be a series.
Always
That
had
was
power.
number-
They always had
They
power.
can release
Always had
multiple.
power.
So they don't even have to make money.
What I'm
They can
saying
just
is
put them
they
out.
should invest in the stuff that they weren't really focused on, and I think that will push people in. And like you said about the Hulu thing, if they're gonna really push Hulu, that needs to be the platform for adult-based content.
Yeah,
you have
that's what I'm
XD
thinking.
Plus, so
That's what I'm
Why would
thinking.
you why would you use damage control for both when you have XD over here?
because
and then
that's
you got
Disney,
That's
bro.
what I'm
saying.
thinking.
Because I'm gonna say this, and then HC3 go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
But
sorry.
this is the thing, man. I don't think we pay attention enough to what Disney is. I watch a lot of the Disney cartoons, and they all suck. Now they have put all their money. They got all these Spider-Man, this guy, Spider-Man, his friend.
Cartoons for the most part nowadays suck.
Bruh, but Disney,
like those. I
but
like
Disney
the
is the
superhero
beacon of cartoons besides Tiny Toons or Looney Tunes, and their cartoons suck, bruh. I think the last decent one they brought out was the revived DuckTales. Besides that,
Yeah, see?
everything else is really bad.
Platform.
Their Star Wars is lame now. It's like, bruh, stop it. Their superhero shows are not heroic. They don't make you feel no type of way. They're just there to sell even more toys. Even though cartoons were there to sell, make toys
It's
and
hard
stuff.
out here
Earth
for a
Rise Heroes, that was
kid.
cool though, right?
But that wasn't Disney. You see what I'm
Let's see
saying?
what HG3 has to say.
That went Disney.
It's cool. Hey, I think that their beacon is
Ultimate
movies
Spider-Man?
now. CGI movies, I think, their beacon.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
Trying
saying.
like
Disney's beacon is movies now.
But
bro.
Disney always been about the movies. Their movies always been epic. But
Live
also they had their Saturday morning cartoons. They had those things.
that's all.
Disney Afternoon.
What I'm saying is the idea of how you saying, yeah, it sounds great. But they're not doing it with the new properties they have received. They're not even doing it with the stuff they can do it with.
Well, the future's not TV; it's streaming. Maybe they see TV as dead.
That's why.
So that's why they're gonna put everything on streaming.
That should
But
be
it
more
is
reason to
streaming.
be originality.
And these shows are lame.
No. Streaming is different than television. Cable is
Cable.
gone, bro.
I get it.
And that Disney XD is a cable show.
I get
It's
it.
a cable
but-
channel.
But it's
And it could be
streamed.
much more.
They have a lot of them shows streaming.
All those shows will be on their streaming.
Bro, they try to bring That So Raven back, G. Them fools is washed.
They gonna bring. I heard they're bringing. Oh, that's Nickelodeon. All that. I heard they're bringing all that back.
Yeah, Warner
I think
Brothers.
it's great,
Warner Brothers,
man.
wash
That's
for
cool.
that, bro.
I saw that.
They're washed for that, bro. You can't relive certain things.
You never know, man. You never know.
So you're saying like
Oh, that
as
might
far
be cool.
as far as you saying let the Disney owns it, but let them like with Fox. Okay, we're Disney, but you guys are Fox, so you guys could do your thing.
Here it is. Let me give you.
I don't
Let me
I
give you a
don't
real life
agree with
example.
that.
Here it is. Disney comes up. Let's not use Disney. Thank you, Ronan.
Yeah.
E moment.
What is a good? What is a company?
Brother.
Not a good.
We're brothers.
Let's just say a big
Soulmate.
Watch Mojo. Let's say Watch Mojo, right? They're a big YouTube channel, right? Watch Mojo says, Jody, we like your stuff. We want to buy your channel. You want to buy my channel? Yes. Here's money. We'll buy your channel. We own your content, and we want you to still host your channel like normal. We don't want to change anything. We want you to do your thing like you do, but we just want to be the owner of it.
That's tight.
That's tight. That's what I'm saying
That's
about
winning.
Disney Fox. Maybe they'll let that same thing. We're Disney. We own you. Do you. Final say through us, but do you.
Did they do that to their YouTube channels? No.
Nah.
Well, no.
It's a reason.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
did.
It's a reason.
Yes, they did.
It's a reason they
That-
want
that
to buy it.
That douchebag piece of crap, PewDiePie, who sang all the N-words and Heil Hitler and shit, he was sponsored by a Disney company.
Magical.
They only pulled out once the news reported on him, bro. Disney's been backing PewDiePie for years.
The white gloves. I told you.
They didn't let him. Disney was letting him do all that stupid swastika shit, bro.
PewDiePie.
And only until the news outed him. Shout out to the Wall Street Journal. Disney there was a whoa. He lost that Disney company. So yes, Disney was supporting that motherfreaker, bro. There it is. Let me get to this donation. Jacob Agus put $20 out.
PewDiePie.
Sorry I took so long to get to that, Jacob. I saw it a long time ago, but thank you, bro. He says I'm late, but what's going on, League?
Oh, we chilling.
Chilling.
We
Chilling.
chilling, man. Talking movies,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Having a decent morning. I'm under the weather. I'm sick, but I had to give you guys this Jody's Corner live. If I don't have a fever, then I'm here. The fever is the only thing that'll make me stay in the house.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
Jody's Corner. Nickelodeon bought that Fresh Fred channel, Trash Fred channel. Sponsored by Watch
Oh, that
Mojo.
kid. I want friend. Oh,
What is that?
That's that YouTube dude, bro.
Oh my God.
Whack, man.
With the
high voice.
retarded one when you like watching.
Nah.
Okay. I thought.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Fred,
It's never like that, Jody. They're always sliding their agendas. Hey, you can say what you feel. Hey, this is the place to do it. Divine Justice, Allah. $5. Thank you, Divine Justice. I appreciate you, my G. Thank you for that epic $300 donation you did last month on me. I'll never forget it, bro. He says, Disney has so much power now, it's scary. All films will have an SJW propaganda in it. They will all have 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There you go.
All right, good. All right, so Jesus says, watch Disney
me.
do this. Get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN bundle package for $39.99 monthly.
Yep.
All right, we're back. We should be back now.
Hey, that what scares me, bro, right there, man. Like what he just said, man. Everything that comes with Disney. Yeah. It's like
it was scary.
It's like The Rock, you know, trying to cast him in the movies. Yeah. You know, you're gonna get The Rock, but you'll get everything that come with The Rock. Mm-hmm. Disney, you're gonna get everything that come with Disney, man. And that's what I fear, man. I just from a consumer, I don't know, man. And I'm scared. I'm scared of the mouse.
And you have the right to be scared, bro.
I'm scared of that magic, man.
And for me, it's
strong.
The whole panel's negative on it. I'm reserving my judgment until I see the content. I want to see what they do. It's too late.
You said I don't want to be negative. I'm trying.
Did you say that it was a good thing? You was on the fence.
He's open.
Well, I'm open. Yeah. I'm still not
pro.
Open. I'm 60-40 pro against. I'm more pro. 60-40. I'm more pro, but my final judgment is reserved.
Okay. Your final judgment is still
it's not final yet.
Okay,
I want to see what they. I think the content. I want to hear the news about projects are coming out with stuff like that.
I think the content will always be solid. You know what I mean? Content is, Disney's going to come with it, but the problem is the evolution of the content. You know, us being movie buffs, man, we read movies like books, bro. Oh, I know how this is going to end. I know how this. And if they ain't, and if they thinking like I'm thinking, what's the point of doing this when the audience is gonna eat it up and take it down? Think about it, bro. Like, no, it's no shot at Endgame. I thought it was a great movie, but it replaced literally two phenomenal films.
You loved it, actually.
You know, Titanic is a great written story and everything for its time, right? And it blew that away. Yeah. It blew it away, bro. And well, what I'm saying is, look at the quality now. It's gonna be the top movies. It's
whose fault is
Disney?
No. I'm not saying. Look, what I'm saying is, the goal of a writer and a director and stuff back in the day was, man, you got to beat someone like James Cameron because of the creativity and what he put on the table, right? Even though how you feel about him. Now, if you look at the beacon as Endgame, we're finna get a lot of Endgame competitive type of movies, meaning we're gonna get oversaturated with the same type of deal. That's how I feel.
Monster movies.
But it's the same scenario. Like, it was one thing like, okay, let me write this dope drama and it swoops the whole world. Like, kind of like, Star is Born, Bohemian Rhapsody, things like that, where you're like, you invested Fences, you invest in the film's quality that not saying that Endgame's not quality, but it changes the beacon of gold now. It's like, I gotta have the biggest action-based movie now to get to $1 billion, $3 billion type of movie, and now it changed the whole dynamic. People were trying to catch up with Avatar because of what the CG was, and it was beautiful, and people were up in their game every year to be better than that. And now you replace Titanic, and I think they almost did place Avatar already. So they're on their way, though. It's on their way. So you look at the beacon now, it's changed, and it's in Disney favor, even though Disney owns Titanic and Avatar now. You see what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing.
For the last 15 years, the movie industry has shifted because the audience's attention span has dwindled because social media took over our world. Eye candy trumps everything.
Digital movie making. That's the way the future
and that is the real culprit of why our films suck and our industry is going down the drain.
That's a good point.
It's eye candy, Ronan. It's social media, quick, fast, in a hurry. It's eye candy trumps acting, direction, script, story. It trumps it all. You could put out Transformer movies with these and make $1 billion. Pirates of the Caribbean been doing it.
No,
There's lots of films that do it.
That was an original Disney movie, though. Like, see stuff like that. But
I disagree with that one, though.
Why? You disagree? How?
Yeah, I disagree because I be on Facebook and stuff a lot. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter a lot, and if there's like a trash trailer that comes out or a trash movie that comes out, man, I be seeing comments. It be like 2,000 comments, 3K comments, all saying it suck. Not just because it got good eye candy, but if a movie is bad,
give me an
they
example.
will say it's bad.
Give me an example that's not Ghostbusters 2016.
Say what's
a
coming
big
out?
eye candy movie that didn't do well in the box office and people didn't rush out and go see.
I seen Transformers the Last Stand, bro.
That thing still made like $600-700 million.
People still going to see it,
Let's
but
feedback.
That's the point.
Stop going to see it.
They still going to see it, but they still talk bad about it. And say, it was a great movie. It was awesome. They weren't saying that. They were saying, oh man, these movies trash. CGI's tight, but story's whack. Characters stupid.
Yeah. Those are usually internet trolls who like to voice their opinion on social media. You said 2,000 comments. Maybe 15 million people saw that trailer.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what
I
I'm
was going to get to.
15 million people saw it. 2,000 commented. Who the freak cares about that 2,000 people? 15 million regular Joes who are going to take their families to go watch it, who are on their break at work. Oh, let me see the trailer. Oh, that looks good. I can't wait to take everybody to go see it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
The
That's who
thumbs up
Disney's getting.
versus the thumbs down too. Yeah, they're gonna
Exactly,
get
bro.
all that. They're gonna look at the thumbs up.
That's who's Disney's getting.
But
So.
social media has its perks. It's got its gifts and its curses as well.
Shout out to Jay-Z.
I try to use it for that sake of good though, because it is a cool platform to kind of voice your opinion.
is,
Because
it is,
I
it
get
is.
into debates all the time.
Yeah,
Like even
yeah,
with
facts.
critics that's in that field.
Facts.
And it's crazy. And sometimes we be coming out winning. We be tag teaming. We go in. Kind of like what we do here. So I think it's still great to kind of be different, you know what I'm saying? And then, just talk about films, because nobody even really talks about films in that sense. He said it. We just so used to gravitating to one side, but there's always two sides to the story, even criticism, you know what I mean? And I think people forget that, and they're so critical of being attacked or judged, they don't know how to fight back because they're so used to yes, you know what I mean? So you can't be that way. They're going to respect you more, if you feel this way about something about this, versus to just I guess I'll side with them. And again, I'll say this again, I've battled with critics in the industry on stuff because they said some outlandish stuff, but because of the follower base that they had, people approved it. You see what I'm saying? Versus being different, they're gonna look at that and I got the likes and the retweets, so my comment was heard. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference between kind of just the thumbs up and the thumbs down. I think YouTube is not really the place for that. Like you said, get on that Twitter and that Facebook because it's more verbal. You know what I mean? I think it's a little different.
I feel
it's back and forth. It's not one comment they're going. We be going and it be hours in.
I feel that social media gave people backbones.
And that's the wrong type of people backbones.
Yeah.
The type of people that would never in your life, in reality, say it to your face, gives them the courage to say it on the social media.
And to me, I feel that's not really a negative thing because sometimes people are afraid of backlash when you talk to somebody face to face, and I feel they feel a little more comfortable behind the screen.
That keyboard and that mouse is a shield.
Too comfortable.
Safe.
Protector.
They say what they really feel without fearing a punch to the throat.
As
you know what I
they
mean?
No filter.
The filter.
So if what you really feel is die, fat boy, black idiot,
No.
die,
No.
then they should get a punch in the throat.
No. Not like that.
Fatality.
That's what they're saying, HG3.
You need a balance in the world. There's no balance.
As far as movie wise, a person that's I want to say weak minded or has no backbone was
Say see this and you
a
won't
passive
stop.
No, finishing words.
Yeah.
Someone who's passive.
You tell me, hey, Star Wars Last Jedi was trash. It was weak, and
Your words.
and it is.
Yeah.
But then say I'm a person that has no courage. I'd be like, I'm really thinking, no, I liked it in my head. But to you, since you're very imposing, I'd be like, what?
I get that.
Maybe, it was trash, I guess.
But that's but that's like a private conversation. That's not with the companies. That's not you telling Disney your film sucked. That's just.
But that's the beginning of it.
But
see what you did right there?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of it. That's great. Just go in.
Yeah. The problem
People
is
can do it, but they're
intimidated
used
by that.
to one.
They're intimidated by that,
They're
bro.
used to it.
There was more.
Conversation.
There was more discussions being had outside the movie theater 10 years ago, bro.
Y'all gonna be cool
versus
after
now.
that conversation.
Bruh,
Social
it's
media,
only us.
people can't wait.
It's only us outside. It's only us.
It's us.
And it's always
Ooh.
one or two random guys or girls.
Walk up.
Exactly.
They walk up. What y'all talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah, I like this.
What you talking
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now it's I can't wait to get on my phone and tell the world about how I feel about this movie,
Got it.
rather than the
Got it.
people I saw the movie with.
You can do both. It's
In the
not
theater.
a problem. You know,
Bruh,
you can do
who
both.
the hell?
Social media is ruining our society.
Like we
That's
sit
what
there
it
and
is.
eat instead of telling the person next to you, man, this is good. And it's delicious.
Put the picture on.
Did you like my picture? What'd you write? Read it.
I was in the grocery store the other day. This is it for this topic. We're gonna go on to the next topic. I was in the grocery store the other day and I saw a girl in Ralph's. It's a supermarket in LA. standing with a nice little sundress on in front of the flower section. Just a little, and she was like, she was like that.
Wow.
That tongue.
And I had time. I was just sitting there looking at how long and how many pictures she's gonna take of herself. I'm sitting there looking at her. She doesn't know what's going on around her. She's just worried about taking the photos perfectly in front of these flowers in a grocery store, bro, to share to social media. That is humanity at its low point. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff going around you, Star Wars popping, all this stuff going on around you, and you're taking a million. What do? They take a million shots to post one picture.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure that I put the image of me that looks perfect, the most perfect. Yep. Why? Because people will come out and say, that's not hot. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, my neighbor's
Social
taking
media
pictures
ruined
in
our
front of my
society,
car,
bro.
man.
And I just think like Ben, it is embarrassing. I would never do that. But she doesn't care. It's like, unless they're in a whole other world, man.
Shout out to Kingsman Secret
We're going to
Service.
go ahead and change topics. We got something else in the news, as you guys seen in the description down below for Jody's Corner Live, episode 10. The second topic that we have involves Mortal Kombat. I'm going to ask Ronin Joe Genji to be able to read the article for us, if you would be so kind.
Ronin.
Joe Genji.
Friendship.
Let's go ahead and get to this Mortal Kombat article.
A new film in the hit Mortal Kombat franchise is to begin pre-production this month in Australia.
Nice.
Aquaman director James Wan will be producing for New Line Cinema. Confirmation of the project came Tuesday from Stephen Marshall, Premier of South Australia, David Pisoni, South Australia's Minister for Innovation and Skills, and former Village Roadshow executive Greg Bassett, the whistleblower in Passengers, who is acting as production consultant. The current screenplay is by Greg Russo.
There we go.
The upcoming Highwayman. The film will be directed by award-winning commercial filmmaker Simon McCoy, who is making his feature directorial debut. Todd Garner, Isn't It Romantic? Tag also produces with Larry Kasanoff, Mortal Kombat and True Lies. E. Bennett Walsh, Men in Black International and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Michael Clear, The Nun, Lights Out, and Sean Robbins, Playing with Fire, Tag, executive producing.
Oh, interesting.
This was written by Patrick Frater from Variety.com.
Shout out to Variety.
I like
you,
that.
Ronan.
I like that
Friendship.
lineup. I like the lineup.
Yeah,
The Spider-Man
yeah.
and Men in Black threw me off, but the rest of everybody
I
put
like
back
Larry
on beat.
Kasanoff. He was there for the 1995 film, so that's cool.
So, like we said, we got Mortal Kombat is in the works, and it's happening in
Warner Brothers
Mortal
finna come with a
Kombat!
hitter, bro.
Mortal Kombat! Get over here.
Light is at the end of the tunnel.
James Wan?
I'm happy right now.
James Wan,
Friendship.
Mortal Kombat. Ronan, you're a huge James Wan fan.
Yes.
You're
I am
a
too.
huge Mortal Kombat. You are
I am
too.
too.
Yeah.
I'm
So
too.
this is the topic for mostly Ronan and HT3
Sheet.
horror
Go.
fan lovers.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. That Mortal Kombat. I've been waiting for this sheet, man.
We
Since they
all-
sit there and
we
said,
all gonna
since they
get
talking
on
about
this
Vin
topic.
Diesel
Here,
finna
bro.
come up in that thing, man.
Reboot. This
We're
is
all
Shao
every-
Kahn, bro.
That's Shao.
Going back to what you were saying about
Already
social
played
media.
Shao
I got
Kahn
it.
in part 2.
Going back to
I
yeah.
got you. So let's start with
I was him
Ronan
already.
first. And
Yeah.
Ronan, go ahead, give me a
Go
take.
for it.
James Wan producing Mortal Kombat
Yeah, bro.
in Australia very, very, very soon.
Hey man, this is light at the end of the tunnel.
world.
It's this is a big deal. This is huge. Going back to what HC3 has said about social media, man. Like everyone has been begging for this Mortal Kombat reboot. Like that voice is being vocal on this. Like when is it coming? When is it coming? Like just the fact that they've announced that production's gonna be happening.
Upgrade.
It's huge.
I remember that. You
It's
remember
tight,
that?
man.
Ronan, look
It's
at
a big
that.
Hey,
I was there for the reunion, bro. That's tight.
they came in thug, man.
Hey.
Zero and
OG
Scorpion, they came in
Ronin
thug.
Hey,
Your
soul is
Sonya,
mine.
That's right.
That's
Shout out to the
shout out
90s,
to Warner
baby.
Brothers, man. this still holds up as like the greatest video game movie of all time, man.
Movie
I
was so
appreciate
good.
it.
It
It
was
set
so
a lot of
good.
groundwork, and for PG-13, it broke barriers, and it was still gritty. You
Yeah.
know, we saw fatalities and stuff, so they kept the basis
It's
of
out of
everything.
shape too, bro.
It was crazy.
Shout out to
But yeah,
Kano,
like
bro.
Warner Brothers pushing this now that they own the rights, I
Test
think
your
it's a
might.
great deal, and it's going to be really exciting to see who they cast, who's going to do the music for this. Because behind the scenes right now, you got a great team involved, man. Juan producing, I think he's going to bring that horror element to this action-based universe. Because again, Mortal Kombat has a little bit of everything, man. It's sci-fi, fantasy, martial arts, supernatural. We've never seen anything like this on screen before in a long period of time. So I think the audience is hungry for that. And it has that open world kind of comic book base to it, because you're dealing with superheroes and supervillains, but these are fighters. So I think this is going to be a more fast-paced, gritty type of superhero with that horror backdrop. And I think it's going to be great, man, because, again, this goes back to the old school formation, action films, you know what I'm saying? Because Mortal Kombat was influenced by 80s, 90s action movies. So to kind of bring that template to the 21st century is going to be huge, man. Then you got James Wan back in it. Again, the Simon McCoy commercial director. He did a lot of commercial work for advertising video game trailers and stuff like that. So he's no stranger to the Mortal Kombat universe. If you look him up, he's done some good stuff. It's going to be interesting to see what he does to bring that commercial style to this type of movie making. Because again, he does video game commercials. He's the guy that will show a trailer and make you want to go buy something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's huge, man. I can't wait to hear what this cast is going to be. But this is a light at the end of the tunnel for me, man. I'm very excited for it. I'm glad that they're moving forward. And this is an A+ on all ends, man. This is great.
Can I say that they should cast Michael Jai White in whatever they do in this movie
They would have to bring him
for
back.
what he did in that internet series?
You have to be an older Jax.
Oh.
You have to. I think they will have to
I don't
start
know
it
what
off.
the timeline's going to be, though. It might
It
be
has to be-
between X or 11, one that you got me. It might be between that and X.
It needs to be if you're gonna
Oh.
bring Michael J. White, so he needs to have a daughter.
So 3 tournaments have already happened then.
Exactly.
So
and I think
they're
that
still recovering.
because that's where I'm at. I'm like, what's the story gonna be about? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna? It needs to actually have somewhat of a prequel to understand Shao Kahn, Sundial. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause he's been defeated, yeah.
See
The other
why
guys
he's
came
back,
back.
raiding everybody, and should take place right after between X and 11, and show. And if you're gonna bring Michael J. White in that thing,
So
you
then
know what I
Sonya
mean?
and Johnny be husband and wife. then.
Exactly.
Kathy
Oh,
Kane's
wait,
daughter.
do we know what year this is going to take place?
Well, the
It
tournament-
might be a reboot.
We don't.
Because
it can't because
it should be reboot.
then we're going to the old tournament back
Yeah.
back in
No, no, no.
1900s.
It'd probably be
No.
now. It'll probably have to be
We
now.
should be. Hey man. Hey. I'm looking forward to the old school Sub-Zero,
Shinnok's
old
gotta
school
be there.
Scorpion,
You're gonna have all these
Kano.
characters from part 4
Well,
and
you know
up.
Mortal Kombat.
I ain't trying to see no
Mortal
new
Kombat-
characters, bro.
Quan Chi,
Mortal Kombat.
Shinnok,
But
I
then-
Striker.
want Smoke. I
Yeah.
want.
I agree.
Yeah,
Sonic
you know.
could be there. Yeah, so
Luke
it's stuff
Kane.
like
I
that
want
now.
Johnny Cage, Goro. I don't want no new. I don't want no because I haven't played the new Mortal Kombat. So
Where
You're
you at-
lost.
Where
if
you
I-
at with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, huh?
Where you at with it right now?
What do you mean?
Like you said, you haven't. What's the last?
The last.
What's the last one you played?
4.
Daily Lions.
it's been a while.
Armageddon?
Sega
Daily Lions. Daily Lions.
Oh, 2002. You're not too far off. So this is.
2002.
You're not too far off. because
2002.
The other
That
ones
was
are basically
17 years
just-
ago.
Well, the reason
You're
I
not
say
far
that.
off.
We were still in high school.
No, the reason I say that is because those were kind of like spin-offs. Though they kind of wiped that. They're going off of 1, 2, 3, 4,
so
and then Shaolin
The,
Monks.
the newest character I know is that Quan Chi.
Tight.
He's still there.
But that's the thing.
the
Quan
white
Chi-
face dude.
That's the thing. Quan Chi goes into the original mytho. Quan Chi was there the whole time. Quan Chi is what set up Scorpion.
Yeah.
So Quan Chi worked for Shang Tsung. I know I said it wrong.
Shea Tucson.
I know I said, but that's
Hiro
who,
Azashi.
that's who he worked
Yeah,
for.
Scorpion.
That was his master. You know, so
Manipulation.
I think it should, because we had too many. If you follow Mortal Kombat, you know they had a TV series with the first tournament
Conquest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
they
the first and they lost.
Yeah.
And then the movie, and then Annihilation. But then you also had the cartoon series,
And then Legacy.
and then Legacy. So there's a lot of Mortal Kombat going out. I think they need to just go ahead and move forward with this one. Start off building for the last tournament and let that be part 3. Start off building for the next tournament. Bring back Jax, and it's Michael J. White older. He has a daughter now. Bring back Sonya. Resurrect Johnny Cage. show those characters, but don't reboot them. Because if you reboot them, now we're back at square one again with them.
So what you're saying is, well, basically the new games right now, X and 11.
Exactly. That's the most familiar with it. It's the most familiar with it.
That's kind of what they're doing now.
Yeah, just.
I think it should.
This is tight.
Reboot it, but then have it as like a sequel to the first one.
So soft reboot.
Yeah, soft reboot. So because that part
montage
two,
and stuff. Yeah.
No, that
that history is
Annihilation
still there.
Was trash. They need to
part one.
Mind wipe that and just start over, man, with that. Yeah, mind wipe that because that second part was trash, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Wait, that's the first introduction of smokes and all that stuff like that.
So you can reboot all that. They can be reintroduced again. Like this.
Yeah,
is like
you're right.
Though.
But it always can be. It always can be written differently. Mortal Kombat hasn't. As long as you keep the same of the idea of the mytho between the main characters, you can still write the tournament differently. You can still throw in Cabal, Striker. You know what I'm saying? You can still throw in these casuals because somebody gonna die.
I don't even know who this.
So this is what I'm saying. With the
Striker,
Mortal Kombat mythos,
Striker?
You don't always have to Striker. You talking about Striker?
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So what I was saying, that's a good point though. But with Mortal Kombat, you always don't have to follow that tournament. You can easily take a specific character and do like building up to that. So it could be like a specific mission or something. Like what you can do now is the tournament, like you said, could be setting up, and people could be being recruited. You know what I mean? So like you have X factors going on. Like you can follow Lieutenant Jax and Sonya and stuff. Johnny Cage's acting career is taking off. Maybe he's kind of retiring. He's on vacation now, and the elder gods come back.
You say the same thing as a part one.
No. I'm telling you what's happened, and they have to come back together. Yeah. They're separate now. They've been separate for years.
You think Tom Cruise would be up for this role?
That'd be funny as hell. Hey,
wait. As
and
Cage,
we're gonna go
Cage,
as Cage, maybe.
Tom Cruise,
Cage,
maybe.
Ethan Hunt to it. Let's
they
go.
Been good cast.
Don't tempt me, Jay.
They been good cast,
That'd
bro.
Be tight,
bro.
They been good cast.
They're putting money behind this. Warner Brothers ain't playing, bro.
Hey,
they hit gunners, bro.
They been good cast.
I'm not doubting you, but
hey, Jeremy Renner. Hey, Jeremy Renner might be able to play that shit too, bro.
Be tight too.
I just watched Tag, bro. That's a movie
sad. Nah.
Movie sad, bro. It's tight.
Oh my God.
You're wrecking me run around chasing each other, tagging each
for their whole life.
It's sad, bro.
I saw
that would be
and changed it.
Watch it.
Blowing up.
Watch it. But Jeremy Renner, he's Hawkeye in that thing, bro. Dodging them food. I think he might be. Those are some hitters.
Hold on. Don't do that. Let's go back to Tom Cruise. Confetti drop. I like that.
Tom Cruise is
hot. He will be running through Outworld, and he will be running through Earth. I want to see that.
Z-Shot Media wants to put some intake. Z-Shot Media donated $10 on us. Thank you so much.
You want to put some intake.
Thank you. He says, I think they should go in depth of the 2011 game reboot. Maybe even set it in the late 90s and then build up into modern day with newer generation characters.
2001 was the one that rebooted it. That was the same year the web series came out, Legacy.
That makes sense.
So you got 3 games in between that time. That's a good place to start. The 2011 one, then you got X, and then you got 11 right now.
Because the web series introduced Quan Chi and all that to the story.
Legacy Black, season 1 was the origin. Season 2 was the tournament.
Crystal Black don't like Tom Cruise as Luke Cage.
Johnny Cage.
Okay, X.
No.
Johnny Cage.
No. It happens, man. It happens.
Kano, Manu Bennett.
Nah, G. They talking about old boy. What's old boy that was in?
I like that.
What was old boy that was in? Arthur, with King Arthur.
Clive Owen?
Not Clive. Clive. He's in the movie, but one of his knights. Edgar. What's his name? I can't think. I know exactly how.
The Antoine Fuqua movie.
I know exactly how he looks, but I can't think of his name.
You talking about the new one that just came out with Jax from Sons of Anarchy?
Not Jax,
no,
but
him.
He has a beard. What's his name? G. They're talking about getting him to play Kano.
Get Eddie Ruffy to play Kano.
Which King Arthur though? The Guy Ritchie one or the Antoine Fuqua one?
Yeah, the Guy Ritchie one's the one that just came out a couple years ago.
So he's talking about the one with Charlie Hunnam. You're talking about the other one, right?
I'm talking about the G one when Merlin was like a bum in the woods.
Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah,
that one.
With Robert Baratheon in it.
Was he in that one? Yeah, I think he was.
Robert Baratheon was his wild, the fat wild one.
The one that was sleeping with, he had all the babies.
Yeah.
He had a hammer here too. Sorry. Now they talking about
Batista as Jax.
No, Shao Kahn.
Batista Shao Kahn.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't like that.
I like that.
210.
I don't like that.
He has the build. He has that build of an outworld sorcerer.
And
I want to see him as a villain.
James Wan, is he directing this?
No, he's producing.
He's going to be producing. There's
He's
also
the consultant.
Who's the director?
We don't know yet.
McCoy, Simon McCoy.
Well, we talked about it in the article. I'm sorry, but I wanted to talk about the money. There's more. It's great having a Mortal Kombat movie, but this is also great for the economy of Australia in itself because 580 jobs, 1,500 extras have been employed. And you're talking about 49 million, which is 70 million in Australian money that's being ejected straight into the South Australian economy.
That's great. Big budget for them.
So here's a quote. Mortal Kombat will be the largest film production in South Australia's history, and it highlights the importance of engaging with the world's major production houses. So this could be this is an extending your arm. Like, hey, Hollywood, film here. We got some beautiful places. Australia's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, it's not just about Hollywood and Bollywood and Paris and France and UK and come here. So this might be the start of something good.
Hey, man.
It is about them, but it's always good to get a little piece on the side too.
Him is rating, bro.
Him is rated.
Hey, it works, dog. It works.
The guy from Resident Evil. Okay.
So let's look at the people. Let's go back, Ronan, and let's check the people that are involved with this film. Let's go back to the Mortal Kombat article. So Todd Garner, he did Isn't It Romantic and Tag. Now, J3, you said you like Tag.
Tag, funny but very sad, bro.
This is what worries me. E. Bennett Walsh, who did Men in Black International and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah.
But that's the special effects. That's what it looks like. Special effects on his part.
And Larry Kasanoff's there.
These are producers. These are producers. I believe.
So he'll be hiring. It looks like he'll be hiring cats that do special effects.
Michael Clear. What's up?
That right there,
I'll take it.
It's 50-50 because Lights Out to me
and Lights Out.
Lights Out was Lights Out.
The blind man in the house.
No.
Let's be quiet.
Yeah. Lights Out was when some kind of demon that could only get you when you're in the shadows at night. Yeah, that was a good scary film.
Oh yeah, facts.
The Nun, utter garbage.
Yeah. I remember
utter garbage.
You said that was
how you feel about
the worst film you've seen of the year was The Nun.
The Nun was utter garbage.
Question: how you feel about The Conjuring?
Which one?
1 and 2.
One was good.
Okay.
2 was okay.
Okay.
Let me see that list.
Everything else, Annabelle 2, Annabelle Creation,
Insidious?
Annabelle going home, Annabelle taking a bath, Annabelle getting married, Annabelle getting effed, Annabelle trash.
Insidious 1 and 2.
Insidious 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 good, 4 trash.
For sure.
Let me see those guys.
I want to clear the air. That franchise is solid.
It's solid. It's solid.
Lights Out was dope too.
Crystal Black says The Conjuring is trash as a whole. Let's pull up the
Conjuring is tight.
Conjuring is tight.
All right, so when I'm looking at it, I have Todd Garner, who's they said he's also the producer. Isn't It Romantic and Tag, and then you have
Sean Robbins did Tag and Playing with Fire as well. So Todd Garner and Sean Robbins both worked on Tag.
I'm looking at.
So you got the Tag guys.
I'm looking at character development between those individuals. And then you have Larry Kasanoff, Mortal Kombat and True Lies, action part.
That's dope. The Mortal Kombat True Lives. Larry
he's
Kasanoff.
getting. He's probably
a 90s producer.
He's going to be getting more of that action pack type of people to back it up. The Bennett is more. I'm looking at graphics, like he's going to be special effects producer,
visual,
and then the Nun will be more of building the sets. To
set pieces
to produce to show
setting.
you the horror effect, like in Shao Kahn's world and the demonic factor of it and stuff like. I think that's why. And then you have James Wan.
They got set producers to do that type of set designers and stuff.
But they hire that.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh right. Do. So you're saying.
That's what they play.
You're saying they would get the right people.
Yeah.
To do it. Okay.
I think this is gonna feel like a James Wan film too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All
yes.
day.
Hopefully.
That's what it'll be.
Hopefully, will. James Wan has a
because that name sells.
Grown on me a lot because he came from horror and then he went over
Fast
to
and Furious.
Aquaman and all that stuff. So he's making a good name for himself. I like him.
Is he from Australia?
Yeah.
He's Australian.
Yeah, he's Australian.
He looked like it a little bit.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for feeding the people out there.
He's
got solid
Loki
franchise,
says
man.
we need a Mataro and Goro fight in this movie. Motaro, that's the half horseman, right?
Oh
Kombat
yeah.
3.
That's the half horseman. Yeah,
We might see a glimpse of that, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we're excited about this, man. We think this is dope. It's gonna it's James Wan, so we're talking rated R. We don't even need to discuss this, right? It'll be rated R.
It should be rated R.
It has to
But
be.
If it's
will
not
it be?
rated R-
Hey,
If
if
we're
it's not
chasing
rated R,
money-
it'll still be tight.
That's the big thing.
Because
I'm gonna say no.
Mortal Kombat, the first one wasn't rated R, right? It was PG-13.
That was 90s tight.
95.
It was still tight though, bro.
Yeah.
90s tight.
But now it's time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I gotta
It's
agree.
time.
It needs to be rated R, bro.
It's time.
James Wan, it gotta be.
They did good stuff.
I need
man.
friendship.
They showed
need
freaking
animalities.
scorpions, man. They
They
that
did.
was scary, bro.
But you
that
know-
was rated R stuff.
But you know what else did it? The web
like
series.
8.
Legacy.
Till
Legacy
Joe
went there.
Egerton.
till
Joe
now, I'm
Egerton,
so
that's
scared.
They're trying to get Joe Egerton to play Kano.
I like that.
Let me see.
Oh, the gift. Yeah.
Joe Egerton.
Hey,
Okay.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Warrior.
Yeah.
The brother.
I know that is.
He's tight.
Moses.
I'm trying not to remember that, but yeah.
Ramses.
Ramses.
no-
Warrior.
Not black.
Not black.
Hey, Joe Egerton.
They trying to get him for Kano. That was the last thing I seen about Mortal Kombat.
Question for the chat: Does Mortal
Kid no
Kombat
face.
need to be rated R to be successful, or is PG-13?
NC-17.
Yes.
Rona, you say yeah.
Yeah.
I say yeah.
Friendship.
HC3 says no. You.
I say yeah, but you can go NC-17. I'll be good.
No. It
That's
can be
extra.
PG-13.
I like it.
It'd be tight.
Like
But if it's rated R, it could be better.
2019.
Dave says R. Breezes says R. Mike Artist says heck yeah. Yes. Janice, yes. Jesus, Justin Lee, Abel, DC, Z Shot
Look.
Media, Mike J. They all say
Look.
It has to
Every
be
Jay Cello.
every movie
That's
rated
right.
R, it's tight because
Well,
you can show more
The
things.
video
is
game
Mortal
is
Kombat.
rated R.
So,
You can't.
This is Mortal Kombat.
It was teen.
No, it's mature.
Hold on.
The first Mortal Kombat.
No, we talking about now. Like
No.
you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
It's
back.
mature now.
Let's
Yeah.
get some
them things they be
historical.
doing in
let's
David
drop some
A
facts
says
right now.
based on fatalities in the new game, yes. Go ahead, Ronan.
So let's go back to 92. Mortal Kombat is the reason that games have a rating system now.
That.
It needs to be
Kombat
R.
did that.
Mortal Kombat did not. Grand Theft Auto. Mortal Kombat did
Mortal
it.
Kombat did that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And it was always rated M. Mature.
So
bro.
It broke boundaries.
The reason why I understand where you're coming from. This movie needs to make money. You could make more money by putting a PG-13 rating on it versus
Correct.
a rated R.
Hold on, but it's a horror
Correct.
movie though. You're gonna get that money anyway.
It's not a horror movie though, Ronan.
It is.
It's not. It's an action.
No,
It's more-
Mortal Kombat's
action.
horror.
It's more of an
supernatural.
action.
It's
It's an action
supernatural.
movie.
What I'm
It's
saying
more of
is
an
it's a
action
balance of
film.
both. So you're getting both. What I'm saying is that viewership is gonna be there.
It's more action than
it has
horror.
to
I'm only playing both sides of the fence here, Ronan, and I
For
think
sure.
that these companies they think this way. They want
I see
to.
what you're saying.
They want to put a PG-13. They would want to put a PG-13 rating on it to allow it to be accessed by more kids.
What I'm saying is,
Talking about these soft kids.
you got video game audiences
Like
coming.
Khaleesi, bro.
You got horror fans coming,
F them
and then you
kids.
got martial arts fans coming. You got the perfect. You got the triple blend of different demographics who really know this lore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying the money's gonna come.
If it's
I'm looking at
PG-13,
who's coming to see it.
If it's PG-13, Ronan, how do you feel?
I don't know. We'll see.
You lose.
You're against that completely.
We'll
I
see.
am too. It has to be R.
But you're saying as far as
I'm just
money,
playing
I
the
mean,
other
you don't
side
think
of the
that can
fence.
happen as far as like R-rated? I mean,
Look at Venom. Look at Venom.
Look at
Venom
how-
was rated R, Ronan, and it came out PG-13, and it made $800-something million.
And no
because
one's
of it.
talking about it right now.
You think anyone cares? It made $800-something million because they changed the rating.
I think it made it because he was Venom, and hopefully
no.
see Spider-Man.
Ain't
Just
no.
saying.
What's the record? What is the record holder for a rated R film? Deadpool. How
Yeah.
much did it make? $700-something million. You think Venom would have made that? No. If it's rated R, Venom probably would have made 3, 4.
I don't know, man.
Deadpool was a
That
great,
still breaks
great
even.
movie,
I'm-
and even that great rated R movie only managed to pull in $700 million.
Well, look, peep game. If they want to edit a
Yeah.
movie out for those that want to watch a PG-13 film, so be it. Like they did Deadpool. I'm all for that. That's what's up. That's groovy. But we need a rated R movie in theaters, bro. Because
I'm with you,
because
bro. I'm
Alright.
with
freak
you.
the kids. Mortal Kombat ain't for kids.
game.
because those kids don't exist anymore.
Kids made the franchise what it is.
Wait. We were different.
We're
kids
different.
back then.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say.
We were built differently.
Yeah.
We were built differently. We had super soakers.
Yeah.
We used to go
I was
outside,
8
water balloons
when I
and stuff.
started playing that game.
And sit outside
I was there when it
to the
dropped.
crack of dawn, bro.
I need that.
Hey,
Mosquito bites.
I need
ants,
this.
Smell like grass
Mosquito
and wet dogs,
bites.
bro. We're a different breed of kids, bro.
I need
Like
this.
grass. Shout out to the
I've been
grass
waiting for
stains
this.
on the jeans and
I was
kneecaps.
born for this.
Maybe people are coming on some
Yeah,
when,
we were those kids.
as far as Deadpool and Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah.
Maybe companies need to start thinking about making the same movie but different ratings. You know,
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Our World? Nah, I want Mortal Kombat.
I'm just saying, then
I don't
making the
know.
movie PG-13 and then making that same kind of movie but just rated R. You know,
I-
I think that could work.
This is how it could work. It could work if you make the film to be rated R and then edit it for PG-13.
Edit it out 13. Yeah.
Don't make it for PG-13
And
and
then-
then edit it for R.
I can
Like,
see how
a
that,
couple
yeah,
scenes.
I can see how that could be a problem. Yeah. If you going to PG
I'm gonna give you an
13 to rated
example.
R,
Give you an example.
I keep hearing PG.
Batman vs Superman: The Ultimate Edition was rated R. Take that rated R and shove it up your butthole.
Yeah.
That was rated a freak R. Bullshit.
You know,
No rated R.
hey, and you know they added that Lois Lane. Hey, they added that Lois Lane shot in there, bro.
It was
They
trash.
added
Ain't
that
no
in
way.
there.
That's the softest rated R in the history of rated R's.
Pillow on that mug.
Trying to trick people. Hey, this is a rated R edition. Come and buy it, suckers. Get the
Hey,
freak
Scorpion
out of
Thunder,
here.
shout out.
Suckers. Get the heck out of here with that.
I'm keeping it 100, man. I think it'll make his money.
think
I don't
so,
expect
too.
it to make $1 billion because it's not that type of franchise. But I think with good action, good story, a lot of people are going to go in and watch that movie. Kids, teenagers definitely going to go watch the movie. This movie's not made for 12 and below. I'll say 11 and below.
But they'll find a way to get in.
They're gonna find a way to get in.
Can you buy my ticket?
Exactly.
I used to be one of those.
And I think it's gonna
Horror
make
friendship.
its money globally.
Triple.
You already know Australia finna back this film up like a mofo.
Who?
Australia.
Australia,
They finna
yeah,
back
yeah,
that thing up internationally. This movie gonna
Fatality.
make killer. And especially when that sucker hit China and Japan,
That's a wrap.
it's gonna make killer. And if it's rated R, you know China gonna edit it just enough so it's rated R approval for China.
Jaws was in PG. Alice, no, it was rated R.
PG.
Jaws started R.
PG had a different meaning back in the 70s.
It started PG-13.
Amblin Entertainment.
Jaws started PG-13.
Indiana Jones.
No. Jaws started
Indiana Jones started PG-13.
Jaws.
Jaws started PG.
Jaws started R, right?
No. It was rated G, PG-13. And
Indiana Jones did PG-13.
it was
Jaws
rated
is PG.
Jaws is PG. Steven Spielberg is the first one to give a PG
Yeah.
PG grade because it was either rated G,
Oh, you said it was G or
PG-13.
R?
No.
No, PG-13 was created from Indiana Jones. I know that.
Yeah.
Because
Which-
Indiana
which-
Jones and the Kalima,
Yeah.
that was PG, and people were pissed.
Yeah.
That she was dark.
But no, before the
And
movie
they-
came out, let me see. He gave enough. He made them ratings because he was like
he
rated
made
G,
PG-13.
rated R type
It
stuff.
was okay to watch it.
I
as
think
long
it
as you
was
had parental
G.
guidance, but
It's
it was
one
still
of 'em.
gritting. Like they showed blood in Jaws. Like people were getting eaten. That was a PG film.
But it's R.
Poltergeist,
It's,
that was a PG film too.
That's crazy.
but it's wait a minute though.
But
That's
look at
crazy.
the
But
time.
it's R now though. Jaws, if you go buy it now, it's R.
Look at the
So why would
look
they
at the
not make
DVD and VHS case. PG.
I gotta go home and look at
So
it.
it went from PG to R. It should have went to PG.
It was always PG.
Parental
But
guidance.
yeah, you were onto something.
We were
like
built
it-
differently, man.
The times are different. Like kids were allowed to watch this stuff. It was just parental guidance. That's all it was. But PG was letting people know, okay, this ain't gonna be. This is gonna be a little bit more grown up though. Like those movies were family based, but they were still fun and intense. Like Jay was saying, a little terrifying and fun. But everybody could watch it. That's the difference. Like he said, everyone's different now. Everybody ain't built like this.
These
This
kids
is a
is
different
soft,
time.
bro.
Yeah, they soft.
This is a different time. So shout out to Spielberg for opening those doors, man. Ratings meant a lot back then. They don't mean nothing now.
I think the
different
kids.
times.
I think the kids gonna still come out and watch this movie, man. I think parents are gonna be
That's
like, you know,
tight.
that trailer gonna be sick as heck, man. I already know how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Of course.
I already know how.
Mortal Kombat's been facing
Get over
controversy
here.
for 25 years. Ain't nobody. That's not gonna stop them. Ed Boon is still doing what he does. It's tight.
Okay, so
Scorpion
have,
is the face.
have hope
Yeah.
for Football
With
Hut.
with no face. That's crazy.
Gave us
right?
€1 $4. Thank you,
Hey.
Football Hut. He has a question. Do y'all think James Cameron should have done the Halo film?
Oh,
I think that world would have been great, but no, I don't think he should have. I
He-
think he could have done a great job with it, but he's looking at bigger stuff than Halo. I think.
and Halo.
I think he would have been good as a
Halo's
producer.
pretty big though.
I think he would have been good as a producer.
It ain't Avatar big.
I think he would have been like cool as like a consultant and producer. I think Neil Blomkamp would have been a better director for me. I liked his vision and what he brought to like a gritty dystopian future with District 9. I think he'd been great for Halo because he was originally supposed to do it.
I think Michael Bay would have been a good director for Halo. Michael Bay's comeback. He did The Island, and
Now,
Island's dope.
I will
you
say
did The Island, you could do Halo.
I disagree with that, but I think that's a good choice. But I think you had the wrong property for him. Michael Bay should have did Call of Duty Modern Warfare because he likes war.
I would have gave that to
Call
Mel
of Duty
Gibson.
for Michael Bay would be great.
I would have gave Call of Duty to Mel Gibson.
Then I think it'll put too much with Mel Gibson.
The best war sequence I've seen in film
Freak.
in Hacksaw Ridge.
Wreck me again.
Yeah, so Mel Gibson doing
I'd be
Call
cool
of
with
Duty
either
would be
Bay
epic.
or Gibson. But yeah, Call of Duty, Battlefield.
Take that mic quick.
That's their forte. You feel
Yeah.
like, we was going like sci-fi based. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why I said Neil Blomkamp.
Once I heard Call of Duty, a whole war.
Yeah,
War.
but if you play
Yeah.
Call of Duty, it's like a Michael Bay film. It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
up to
It
date,
is.
like over the top arcade.
Yeah.
Oh,
first person.
Loki, perfect. Peter Jackson for Halo. That's good.
He was supposed to be producing it. but
That's
they-
good.
they
I like
dropped
that.
it.
Yeah, that would be tight.
No,
That'd be
no,
tight.
Hey, I still
no,
didn't see
They were
that.
gonna do that
No,
years ago.
Have you guys seen
no.
real quick before we
That'd be
move on?
good.
Have you guys seen Mortal Engines? Anybody?
No.
I finally got to watch it. It was decent. Visually, it was tight.
That's disappointing.
Visually, it was tight though. It was a Disney-fied Mad Max, like you said.
You know what? I'm other.
The books are better.
Peter Jackson for Halo. No, I think he's great with worlds, but when it comes to action, nah.
That's what I said. Producer, not
yeah,
director.
yeah. He
What
can't.
you got?
Somebody can direct action. I don't know right now.
You can't knock Peter Jackson and say no unless you got somebody to replace him. What
George
you
Miller.
Hey.
Oh, can I help you?
Well, you
James
can't.
Wan.
George Miller.
Wan.
James Wan, there you go.
James Wan.
You like Miller, don't you?
Hey.
George
For
Miller,
everything.
they old though, man. You know what I'm
But,
saying?
you know,
Far for
he's-
everything,
but
bro.
he still got it.
The thing is, you gotta
You want
kind
new
of.
I like
blood, I'll tell you.
James.
For a movie like Halo,
He's wanted some new
I
blood.
think it requires new blood because you have to understand the characters.
Okay.
That's one of the main things that I hate about these Marvel films. You got people that don't read comic books doing the movies. You know what I'm saying? So with Halo, I think
You got me there.
I think it would just have to be someone that appreciates the property that can direct action. You know what I mean? And give it a little bit extra. That's all I'm saying. It's not, Peter Jackson is great for lures and that stuff like that. Those type of movies. But and that's why if you look at all his products that he shines in are ancient lores. King Kong, bro. Come on, man. That's been around for years. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Percy and those are
Mythology
books.
books, yeah.
Those are things that he was
got
able
you.
to study. It means you got to go and play video games now. Nah, you need somebody that's
Halo's
been
got
there,
source
done that.
material too, though. It is a rich world.
Not
It's
with
more
the-
than just first person
Yeah,
shooting.
but not what the world's going to be expecting.
Okay. I'm just speaking. For
All right,
me,
we're gonna move
not
on.
for
We're
them,
gonna move
yeah.
on. OF's last comment on the topic. He said that James Wan will have amazing costumes for Mortal Kombat.
Facts.
Looking at you, Aquaman.
I can't
bruh.
wait to see that
J.A. Alliance?
Scorpion go
Yes.
like this,
I like that.
and half his face is leaking with blood with the flesh, with half skeleton.
Right.
Bruh.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see practical effects too.
Moving on to the
Believe
next
it.
Making me
topic.
leak.
We're moving on. We can talk Mortal Kombat all day.
great. Yeah.
We got to move on. Star Wars is in the news, guys.
Nah, let's go.
Star Wars.
Triple.
Can you please pick up my Sir Jorah of the House Mormon?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Ronan.
Friendship.
Thank you. Ronan, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
And read this article for me?
Yes.
Here we go.
During a Disney investors call, Bob Iger
fast.
revealed that the next film in a brand new Star Wars saga would be the mystery project written by Game of Thrones creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Iger mentioned that while he hasn't seen The Rise of Skywalker, Lucasfilm felt assured that the film would be a major success. Still, a franchise hiatus was necessary to prepare for movies beyond the Skywalker saga. We're hard at work already, the CEO said, but we felt 3 years was the proper amount of time to not only take a breather and reset, but to gear up for the next film's release. The film will kick off 3 new, as yet untitled Star Wars films will release on the pre-Christmas weekend every other year, beginning in 2022. Polygon. Shout out to Polygon.
Thank you, Ronan, for that epic reading, and shout out to Polygon.
Triple.
That's perfect. Star Wars in the news. These two guys that you see here on your screen, up top and below, that's David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Those dudes are familiar if you're into Game of Thrones. These are the two men responsible for writing the last 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. If you're one of the people who think like I do, if you have the same type of feeling that I do for Game of Thrones as of late, you hate these two gentlemen right now because they have ruined the show.
Oh, man.
These two writers deviated from the original books that were created by George R.R. Martin for the first 5 seasons, and season 6 they did a fantastic job following it with season 7 and 8, which then proceeded to castrate, butcher, chop it down, and burn it to the ground. I have a very negative look on these two men now for the future, and I have to look at them in the light of Star Wars and only think to myself how terrible this will be. I'm going to let you guys know from the jump that, yes, I was excited for those two guys to do Star Wars before they butchered Game of Thrones. Now that after they've butchered Game of Thrones, I'm scared, and I think that they will ruin this even further to the ground. That's just where I am at with it. You know, please spare me, but I want to know what other people think. HT3, you, like myself, are a huge Star Wars fan. You watch Game of Thrones as well, so you're more. I'm a Star Wars fan, bro. But I'm not more.
you see my look.
The knowledge is there, homie.
Segue.
I might not be in it, but my knowledge is still there. HT3, help me out.
You're a bounty hunter now.
You have knowledge, man, but I mean, you're not a fan no more.
Yeah, not no more.
You're not no more. So
Okay.
like, I'm the fan.
Got you.
I'm
For now.
I shouldn't have said fan.
No, you can have this one. Mortal Kombat's my stuff.
Star Wars aficionado.
Okay.
Star Wars aficionado.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You might know more info about Star Wars than me, but I'm more of a true
we're the same,
hardcore fan.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Trivia coming up?
We get that popping. He don't want that. I feel look these two guys, man. They hold a special place in my heart, man. I don't know, because it takes a lot of patience, a lot of skill, a lot of perseverance to really do a 8-season TV show. Even though we know that they kind of botched it towards the end. They kind of messed it up. I think overall they still did a fantastic job, and I think they could bring that knowledge over to Star Wars, and because they're not going off of they're doing their own thing, so they're not going off of no books or anything like that. We think it's going to be based off the Old Republic, so it's something brand new, some we haven't seen before. It's not based off the Skywalkers, right? It's not. It's something totally different.
Yeah.
So I can give them the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully they can make a good trilogy.
Well said. So Coochie King 24 gave us $5.
Hey.
Shout out to Coochie King. I would love to see Robin Shaw, who played Liu Kang, make a cameo. Who do you guys think can play Liu Kang? 90s kids gonna take them kids and watch. Coochie King, you're a little bit lagging behind. We've moved on to the next topic, but
I think cameos would take you back a step. I don't like cameos when they're not that epic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
It's
can't.
like, you want him back in there? It's like Power Rangers bringing the old.
We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. All right, so thank you HC3 for that. For your. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I know they messed it up, but we only saying that because they rushed some character development.
They ruined the characters. Yeah.
And you put it like that, I don't say they ruined them. They rushed them,
Jamie's ruined, bro. We go down the list. Cersei's ruined. Look at her death. Come on. Cersei, Jamie, Jon, Khaleesi, Jorah,
Arya,
Varys, Arya, Tyrion. The only one that's been on point is Sansa.
That's because she don't talk a lot.
Cersei.
No, she's her regular evil self.
Cersei was herself to the day she died,
and then she instantly got ruined. That ruined everything. We were only watching the show to see how she died.
Hell, even the Mountain and the Hound got ruined, bro.
We knew you're evil. Yeah, beat your evil. We want to see how you die. And
that look, they again that goes to them rushing things to go to Star Wars. I think they know that Star Wars is
Do you think that's professional of them to do?
Heck no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not professional.
That means that they'll probably rush to meet deadlines. Oh, we got to release the film. Let's forget the final act. Let's cut that in half. The saber battle, and let's just go ahead and release.
I believe.
Keyword: saber battle. Delete.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know, Kathleen loves deleting saber battles.
hey, bruh, they're good with action. They give us the action, bruh. Episode
They're not
5 had
directors.
action, bruh.
They're not directors.
Episode.
They were writers. They had nothing to do with the action.
Got
He
him.
got you there, Hank.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Run with it though. Run with it.
I tried.
I was with you.
No, try. No.
That
But no,
faith.
I
Maintain
feel,
it.
Well, they wrote the action
maintain it.
scene. They wrote the how it would lay out.
You know this.
I feel that they give us epic saber battles. That's what I feel, and then that's the only thing I'm hoping for in this new trilogy. I care about story, characters, stuff like that, but give me that saber battle, bro, and 1, 2, and 3.
So let me ask
If they can do that, man,
You're okay.
they're good. They're good in my eyes.
All right. Have Hope Football Hut says, can we admit Star Wars trilogy ain't relevant? And those clown hacks have zero creativity. Not much hope for quality. Star Wars, just those 3 films.
Dang.
I agree. Hacks ain't relevant. Star Wars is always relevant, even though I hate it at the moment. David H.
Relevant.
says, if it's not like the Old Republic trailers, basura. Trash, garbage. No bueno.
Get this stuff off
So
the
let me
airwaves.
get back to you, HC3. I'm gonna ask you a question. What is the
Shoot.
what is the
Triple.
what is the equivalent to
Copyright.
saber battles in Game of Thrones?
Oh, got me again. Sword
Pinned
battles.
you again.
Sword battles. How are the
Sword
sword
battle.
battles in Game of Thrones?
Man, they tight, bruh. Now they're trash.
Pinned
They're
you
trash.
again.
There you have it.
They're
So the
trash.
choreography is not up to
So
par.
what they do with their physical swords, you think they'll change it with the light swords?
Yeah, because they have the force. It's a little bit different.
We don't know if the force exists in this
Saber
this
battles
world.
is different than the force, though.
We don't
you're,
know
You're
if-
okay with a lot of force, but whack
No.
saber battles?
The saber battles are tight because they have the force. Because they have the reflexes and
The sword fights in Game of Thrones are trash for no reason. They should have been way better.
Because King Arthur, man, that junk.
Come on, man.
Man, that whole
It's a
battle.
whole bunch of.
It's a different breed.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Where's
John ain't got one
Sir
muscle on his
Arthur
bone.
Dane. Sir
They-
Arthur Dane sword fight. That's the only sword fight that's dope.
Game of Thrones focused on the storytelling. They only focus on the actual sword fighting.
They should.
And I get that because we watch.
You get that because they're the ones that wrote it.
I watch Game of Thrones because of Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones, the mind games, the trickery, the backstabbing.
Yeah.
Not really for the sword fighting. Though if they had some good sword fighting, it would be tight. It'd be a bonus. But I'm not going into Game of Thrones looking for sword fighting. I'm going into Star Wars looking for saber battles, and I think they know that. They should know that. We're hungry for that, man. The last, I will say it. The last 3 have 0 saber battles, man. And I'm counting the Rise of the Skywalkers. I
Some
guess.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
cares?
I'm counting that too. So
Fiona, she agrees. She says, I am not watching Star Wars.
what you smoke?
They ruined Game of Thrones for me. And Fiona, like you, I feel the same way.
Fiona.
HG Screezy agrees with you to a point. Misperceived says HG3, I'm trying to see
Is
your
there a
point,
point?
but I'm not rolling.
I'll say this.
He's a Star Wars fan. Look, I don't knock it, man. J3, what you take, bro?
I like. Look, even though the last Star Wars aren't perceived as dope is, and they're kind of bad.
They are bad, yeah.
But I will say this, man.
Sure.
These 2 gentlemen, just off of reading what they look like, seeing their work, bro. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on both ends. I'm gonna try to figure them out a little bit on air. So we got Game of Thrones, correct? They had a template to go with, a blueprint, something to stand by, character development, 65 years in.
That's right.
And they wasn't able to finish off properly. To me, that shows lack of caring and lack of writing skills, because it contradicted itself a lot. Now you have Star Wars. You have a free realm to do what you want. I think to myself, you gave Rian Johnson and you gave who did the first one? J.J. Abrams.
JJ.
These two were Star Wars heads. They claim to be. They love Star Wars. This is something they grew up on. They loved it. They dug it. It was their thing. And then I look at the type of people they are, and I look at the type of people these individuals are. Play that clip. He had New Balances on, G. I don't think he knows what fight feels like. So when I
them shoes are RT though.
Bruh.
But you know how white people are. They don't care about the clothes.
No. Michael Bay, bruh. He dressed like a drug dealer, bruh. But I'm just saying in general.
Come on, bruh.
I'm just reading. I'm reading their energy. They seem like they know a lot, book smarts, but when it comes to action, you have to have a bone in you. Even when you look at Steven Spielberg, you see how they talk, you see they lingo, how they move. You can tell they're into something different. They're just writers. So when I look at them, I'm like, okay, you had a blueprint, you failed to use that. Now you have a bigger blueprint that's even bigger than Game of Thrones. It's Star Wars. Can you still stick with the mytho of Star Wars? Can you give me that? Or would you try to come in because of the type of person you are and change it to the type of person you are? Looks like I think they might try to do that. And I don't think it's going to be in favor of the viewers. I think when you have a certain type of people, you know, it takes some butt whoopings in your time, some type of aggression, your first introduction to violent films. It's certain things like that I think creators and directors have to experience, and that shows where they stand.
I disagree. I don't think that people need to have a rough life in order to make rough movies.
I didn't say rough.
I don't think people need to experience that in real life to write about it or tell stories about it. I don't think you need to experience rape to write and to make a movie about rape.
If you want to tell a story about something and you want to incorporate that type of behavior, you need to know something of it. You can't look at a TV screen, okay, let me write that. No, because it will never be authentic. This is why you said the sword battles and how you looked at it. Look at how they wrote.
People do it all the time.
Look how they wrote. Think about it. This is when you look at episode 3 of Game of Thrones, they're fighting against the dead. There was no written type of strategicness in their battles. So how you gonna write Jedi's fighting against the Sith Lords if you can't even get Dothrakis not going into the darkness and shadow? That was written.
Yeah.
That's written work.
Yeah.
They writ the Dothrakis
That's written work.
to go into battle.
Somebody wrote that. Confirmed.
In complete pitch black. They said the pan out the pitch black as John and Khaleesi look down and watch her squad get slaughtered.
Got wiped.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I see that, and then I think Star Wars before Luke Skywalker, we're talking about Sith Lords. We're talking about Jedis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is before they made the rule of only 2. You see what I'm saying? And when I think of this, I'm like, okay, if they can't orchestrate 40,000 Dothrakis, bro, I don't think they can do 10 Jedis and Sith Lords. Wow. And then when I see the way they are and how they carry themselves, I don't think they know what fight feel like. I'm just saying, it's just certain movies. You just when I hear directors like Steven Spielberg, I got roughed up. I wanted, it's life.
It helps, but it's not necessary.
But the life experience, when you're dealing with these type of characters that have these life experience, you kind of got to know what's going on.
I think here's the point. Like to your point, I think if you have experienced being raped, I think you telling the story would make it more
authentic,
believable than the person just saying, okay. Let me just rub a being raped, not really experience it. Then if you experienced it, it'll be a better story because you know everything about it, the feeling, the fear, all that.
We're talking about 2 directors of equal talent, right?
With the writers.
Correct. Or 2 writers of equal talent.
Yeah.
Right.
Equal talent.
Yeah.
It'll be better with the.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm disagreeing with. I'm disagreeing with that you have to have experienced it to write and tell a story about it.
No, what I'm saying is not necessarily
That's
tell
what I
the
disagree
story, because I agree, but they already failed. They couldn't even get something that had a blueprint. And obviously because they don't understand. That's the difference. They don't understand. They don't understand war. What makes war special when Mel Gibson does it? Because he understands it. You see what I'm saying?
He's a great visionary. He's a great director.
He understands it, and
That's
he
part of it.
writes. He understands the way a scene should play out, how you should feel watching it. It's like we always say,
It's got
you know what I mean?
too.
You can be a book smart, you get A's all day in school, be the teacher's pet, be on dean's list, all that, but that don't mean you know life.
Yeah.
Right? And it looked like that's with them. I'm sorry, man. I'm just
That's
looking at them.
different.
I'm
That's
looking at them,
different,
bruh. Star Wars, you think it screams up their alley, but what I've seen too many people say they love Star Wars and they refuse to show me a lightsaber battle because they don't know how to fight. And that's exactly you
I
can't.
don't think that's it. You do not know. You do not need to know how to fight in order to
Somebody gonna swing at
direct
these fools. They gonna
an
go
epic lightsaber battle. You don't. It's just all about your vision and your creative mind.
Shaky cam.
man.
I agree,
That's
man.
one of those
it
things,
sucks.
man.
It sucks seeing
Editing.
directors say they're fans and make bad Star Wars movies. J.J. Abrams, you're a culprit as well. Sid B gave us $20 for the donation. Thank you, Sid B. Sorry it took me a while to get to it, but J3 I couldn't get a break in J3's sentences. He says, "What's up, y'all? I can't stay long.
What's up with it?
Just stopping by to show some love. I love seeing this cast. Keep grinding, bro.
Hey.
We will. Thank you so much, Sid B, and thank you for them epic donation Sunday night, bro, and Monday, yesterday.
Yeah.
That was yesterday and Sunday.
Yes,
The
yes, sir.
hundo,
The
huh?
hundo, bro.
The hundo.
OF says I can see them doing something dumb like make it the rule of 3.
That's dumb.
The rule of 3. Aaron H, $5. Thank you, Aaron H.
That's dumb.
Appreciate you. Aaron H says, I feel bad for Star Wars fans. These writers are just going to make them the main hero a tyrant at the end of the last movie, then kill the villain with a rock.
Man.
That's that Game of Thrones ish right there, bruh.
Bro, them fools didn't know. I'm telling you, man. It's,
Look here, this. I don't think that you need to experience and go through something to write and tell a story about it, because that's what makes you creative. That's not me being raped and able to tell a story about how I was raped. Doesn't really make me creative. I'm sharing my story, but the creativity comes from a man who I do not think at all that Leonardo DiCaprio is racist. But in Django Unchained, I am convinced he grew up a Southern racist prick. He was able to be creative enough. And he even says in the interviews, and the best actors do this, they want to take on a role that's the complete opposite of who they are so they can embody that and elevate their acting skills to that level.
So this is where
I needed to be this.
This is where we
because he's
different.
so grotesque and so evil and monstrous. I wanted to captivate and bring that out. That's the creativity.
But see, this
That's a scary thing.
This is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
That's a scary thing
we're on
to
the wrong
think like
page
that.
because maybe I
Yeah.
said it wrong. Look, it's you saying it best because that's why I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Very creative.
yeah.
But the problem is that we already seen their work. That's where I'm trying to get at. We've already seen their work, and we understand that they don't understand. That's obviously we've seen their work.
They did good season 6 though. That's what those
hold
are.
on.
Season 6 was
See,
great.
what is
It was
season
tight.
6?
It was tight.
What about season 6 that you can see in Star Wars that we're going to get? Because not one
Story,
battle.
character, everything except for the battles.
What is Star Wars?
It's all about the lightsabers and the Jedi.
What is it called?
Wars.
What can't they do?
But there's
What can't they do?
Triple.
I don't think that they can make great
Say that
choreographed
word. What can't they do?
direct action.
Wars. They had 3 battles, and they have not been like, whoa.
No, their wars have been pretty good. Actually, this War of Episode 5 was the best, probably, of King's Landing. It was
That wasn't
bloody
a
and
war.
gory.
That wasn't a war.
I'm talking about the Northerners killing the Lannisters. The Battle of the
That's it?
Bastards.
That was
The Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, that was the
Episode 3.
we're talking about wars.
Episode 3.
This is the difference.
With the Battle of Winterfell, that was pretty dope.
And I'm convinced.
we couldn't see it, so we don't know.
Because I agree with
Editing.
you. I agree.
Shaky
Jody,
cam.
I agree with you. Everything you said, that's true. You don't have to have certain experience, but some people, when it comes to film, writing, anything, and you see their work and you see where they back, some people can't direct action.
Breezes
Some people
said
can't.
Leonardo DiCaprio can embody me. I bet Breezes.
Some people can't direct fight scenes. It's a common fact. You see these movies, these high-end directors, and they bring close-up shots because they don't know what it's like to get punched. They don't know what it's like to experience
I know, but there's.
That's why Tom Cruise is running these fools, man.
If we look at the first episode of episode 1 of Star Wars with Qui-Gon Jinn, remember when why do we have the feeling that we do about Qui-Gon? Daddy. That's character development.
Yeah.
That's story writing. Go on. We'll handle this. Before they even threw the saber, I felt epic and tingly, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon is about to lay. You know what I'm saying?
About to get laid.
Liam
That's
Neeson with a
because-
lightsaber.
No,
That's already out there.
That's because
Yeah.
they've shown us in episode 1 that Qui-Gon is smart, he's wise, he's caring, he's compassionate.
Liam
He makes the
Neeson.
right decisions. Liam Neeson's a great actor.
Man.
Yes, Star Wars is about the lightsaber battles. But it's also about the character development. It's also about the story, the lore, the world. But it's the lightsaber battles. And that's why me and you were different on this. We both agree that both these motherfreakers is going to do a bad job with Star Wars. But the difference is you think it's because they ain't lived the life, and I think it's because they just can't direct the action.
No.
They can't write this. They can't do it.
And I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, it's showing that they don't know how to do it. They don't. How you can't write somebody getting punched?
So are these guys not
You
directors,
gotta direct
right?
that. The
No.
director's
But-
responsible
but-
for that.
But I said the blueprint is always what they write to get you to that point, to show you the outcome of that point. You can go full detail on how you think it should go.
They
The
don't.
director's able to envision it and bring it to life. That's the whole point of writing. If they can't write, like when you
It
read,
don't work like that. Though.
like when you read like Harry Potter and stuff.
You think that
I read
whole
Harry Potter
battle?
first?
You think that whole war at Winterfell was written that way? That director went all ham.
And I believe it. You know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because they ain't write nothing there. You're on your own. I could tell when somebody's being lazy. I could tell with certain writing, and I don't think they have. It's Star Wars, bro. When we talking about Star Wars, we talking about war, we talking about battle, we talking about orchestration, we're talking about war in space. They need to go ahead and just get Mel Gibson to direct this movie and write it, because we're talking about war, bro. I
Cosign.
need lightsaber battles. I don't need
Cosign.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll ride
need
with that.
1 minute battles. I don't need this because they want to more focus on one character and how he loves, and I don't need that, bro. I am past that. This is a time of rawness of these characters because they were trying to get orchestrated. They were trying to get into order. This is the old republic. This is a different time. This is war. And when I see what you writ for the Dothrakis to go in a cloud of darkness, lets me know they don't know what they're doing when it comes to war.
What's your take, Ronan? Star Wars 2022. Let me lead you somewhere to let you write off of this.
All right.
Kathleen Kennedy just a couple months ago came out and said, "What? We're not going to release any Star Wars movies for at least 5 years after The Last Skywalker ends." Liar. And this is exactly what I said she was. A lying, manipulative person.
Prick.
She's the Sith
She's a Sith.
of Disney.
As soon as Jody, man, do the news on this, man. Kathleen Kennedy said no Star Wars movies for at least 5 years. I said, "Pfft, you're a fool if you believe that.
Jody
You ain't gonna
Damas.
stop making money? You ain't gonna stop making those Star Wars movies? Liar.
Jody Damas.
Here we go. Jody Damas. 2022.
Liar.
3 years after the freaking end of The Last Skywalker, we got these guys. Ronan, go ahead. Help me out.
As far as these writers on Game of Thrones, I don't really have too much knowledge on them, but I know it can't be anything worse than what we got in this new Disney trilogy. I'm coming from it from a little bit of a different perspective, not really knowing these guys because I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I'm hearing that their lore and the way that they keep their history and things like that is cool. Their weakness is action. Maybe they probably will hire someone different for that. I don't know exactly what they're going to be because this seems like this new Star Wars series is going to be more ground-based. So maybe they have no choice but to learn how to write that type of action storytelling because, again, the movies are so much bigger in scope and spectacle, but you have the chance to focus and maintain a personal Star Wars story. And I think I'm looking at it from that because this is a series, and I think television is kind of like the new movie now when you look at stuff like this. So maybe they can bring into something or tap into something a little bit different and maybe bring a little bit of that Game of Thrones flair that they were good at. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys said that they kind of lost their way a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
I can't speak on that, but I think they may do better than what they're doing in the movies that we have right now. So I think there's a little bit of a positive in that sense.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
I don't know, man. Maybe just kind of step out of the box a little bit, because I think going off of what you said, if they do kind of touch on that mythology, I think it will kind of hurt them because they don't know Star Wars. I think they will have to be pushed into the corner to do something different, and this will be a test to see if they're good writers or not, because they're going to have to come with something new. If they come in not knowing the mythology, they can't just try to act like they do. They're gonna have
They know
to come,
they gotta know the mythology. You got New Balances on, G.
They're gonna have to come with something new though, because I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like if they follow the trend, they're gonna be stuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think they're pushed into a corner to forced to be original. Like they have to kind of prove themselves.
You're not being original by using the Old Republic. You're still using somebody else's property.
Nobody's touched it.
What are you talking about?
Has
Video
been able to do it.
To film.
The only Old Republic that
brought
we
to
had
film.
was a video game,
right?
And it was fire.
And books. So they
I
still.
know.
Those are no
Material,
longer
though.
canon.
But I understand it. But
Oh,
they still
thank
have
you.
they still
Yeah.
have a. But we're not talking about they're going to write it after it. They still have a blueprint. They still have something to.
That's not a blueprint. It's
blueprint?
not canon, so it's not a blueprint no more.
They still have a blueprint to go on.
A video game?
They still have a blueprint. Video game. You still have. Obviously, they don't
You
consult.
think these dudes are gonna play the video game and make the movie off of that? They're gonna make it original.
They can't.
They're gonna make an original something based on the Old Republic.
You would
Yeah,
think
there's
that after
no-
they have Game of Thrones and
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, Fiona says the Two Towers battle was better than the Night King fight.
Yep.
I didn't see it, so
Two Towers battle.
J3
Two
agrees.
Towers battle. Two Towers battle.
Yeah, but and then you got to kind of
Yeah,
look at it.
yeah.
'cause
Oh, hell
are-
yeah, of course.
Are we looking at them
Of
as like
course.
just like regular writers coming in, or are we looking at them based on like action writers? Like, what is it that
Wait,
they specialize
action
in?
writers.
Hold on. What
Based
is-
on what they did in Game of Thrones.
So
Yeah.
what did they do in Game of Thrones? Because I'm
Trash.
all right. So what they've done in Game of Thrones
Yeah,
is
explain.
they took over someone else's lead, and they did really well with it in the first season, and then the following 2 seasons they dropped the ball.
Okay.
Because
So are they good with characters, or are they
they're
weak in
they're
action?
character-driven people.
Okay.
They're good with telling story, and they're great with character and dialogue.
So action is
action-
not their weak. That's their weak point.
That's their weakness is action.
Bring some people that come in that are specialized in that, and let them just focus on the writing.
That's a good idea. And Ronan, you did. I gotta agree with him. HC3. I don't know how you feel about it, bruh. I think that even though freak these 2 guys, I think they will make better films than this trash which is coming off of, bro. It'll be better than episode 7, 8, and 9. I think. What do you think?
A 9-hour show versus a 2-hour film.
Hey,
You got more time.
Hey,
to
I'm a
build.
simple guy, man. Saber fights,
You win.
great saber fights. I need some episode 3 type saber fights, man.
Oh, you know how you're gonna get that?
Iconic saber fights.
Chad Stahelski,
Eh,
8711 action design. Bring them in. Let them focus on writing. If they can't do action, don't get them out of the way for that. Bring special people to come in and focus on that.
But see,
Here's
now-
the problem
I-
with
I-
that, Ronan Joe Genji.
I do agree with
The
that.
problem with that, Ronan Joe Genji, is that Kathleen Kennedy is the boss. They will not get the right people to do it.
I was thinking that
Dang.
too. She still oversees everything. So
that light has officially turned to darkness.
Exactly.
Man.
So
Exactly.
and
that's what scares me too.
And it's just like you said. Don't give me a PG-13. Don't film a PG-13 movie and then make it rated R.
Okay.
Make a rated R movie and then edit it
From
to
the jump.
PG-13.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't write me no dramatic movie and then throw in action. Write the film with the action in it so it can feel like a whole. And that's what they're gonna. Bruh, I'm telling you, man. I know what it looks like, but some people don't have that creativity when it comes to writing. And seeing what they did in battle and war with somebody like Sir Jorah, bruh, lets me know.
When it comes to
That's
writing,
one character. You couldn't even get history correct when it came to battle, bruh. Come on, man. How you gonna use... I can see Sir Jorah right now being Qui-Gon Jinn. If you had them write episode 1, the Dark Maul scene, bruh, he would have died immediately. He would have probably ran right into that, like, oh, Obi-Wan, help me. Because that's what they do. They go in blind. I don't think they have it, G. You have
are
blueprints.
you saying that they don't have the control to write that, or
They don't know.
they don't have that control because they're writing for Disney?
They don't know.
Okay.
There's no limit on HBO with Game of Thrones, bruh.
Yeah.
Where's the limit?
Especially after I heard, and this is real. The HBO, because I looked it up after hearing yesterday in Jody's Corner Live, they offered them to do
8.
Full 10 episode.
Oh, okay, full
season,
10. Okay, full
full
10.
episode season for season 8, and they turned it down.
Yeah, they declined it.
To hurry up and finish to get out of here and ruin our characters and leave to Star Wars. So take this L with you to Star Wars. Freak you on your journey, and enjoy yourselves, you douchebags.
Okay. My question is, if they do a great trilogy, awesome. Do they get redeemed?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
For Game of
Yes.
Thrones.
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Game of who?
If they do a great
Game of who?
Star Wars, bro.
exactly, bro. Star
Have a
Wars
jersey and everything.
Star Wars is the most epic, if done right. If Star Wars, we talked about this.
Yeah.
We said what? We said Marvel, DC,
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
If they're all done right, which one's the best?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Man, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Star Wars.
Star
bro.
Wars. They got the
If
dialogue.
you do it
the-
right,
Do it right.
Bruh.
nothing can compete with this force that is Star Wars.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
problem is, you haven't done it right.
Disney.
Because they don't know.
And
what
I
the Force
jump
is.
ship, and I'll be back when it's right.
Ah!
I'll be back.
Bandwagon, but it's all
Call it
good,
bandwagon.
man.
I call
it's
it. I
it's
follow-
all good, baby.
I follow the winners, baby.
It's
I
all
don't-
good,
I
baby.
don't ride with losers. I follow the winners, man. This is a business.
A Patriots fan.
That Lucas
It's a
train.
business.
Shout out to Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's real. It's Star
John
Wars.
John won again. Fortnite, $5. Thank you, bro. He says, "Man, D&D can't write dialogue either. Really, there's really no quotables in season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones. Show's not the same." When I said that they could write great dialogue and story, I was mainly talking about season 6.
Season 6.
Season
Yeah,
6 got
we
some
got
good stuff.
We got you.
But
we got
see,
you.
that's what I
Yeah,
think when
yeah.
you say that.
They didn't
you say
get you,
that,
but we got you.
Yeah.
they take credit, but that could have been already done.
It's theirs.
Oh,
They
okay.
wrote it. They wrote it after season 5 was theirs. Rashid C, $2.
Woo,
Curious.
$2.
I'm curious. J3, give a good example of a great. Curious J3, good example of a great Western action.
Like a.
Give a good example of a great Western action movie.
Oh,
I got one.
I got one.
That's what
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Tombstone had a great action scene. Doc Holliday coming in for Wyatt Earp, bruh. The shootout was nice.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Off the hook.
I can give you 1-on-1.
Cowboys and aliens.
310
Oh
the
my
Yuma.
God.
Cowboys and aliens.
310 the Yuma.
But I can give you. Let me see. Rambo 2. Rambo 4.
Fistful of dollars.
Shoot.
Good, bad, and ugly.
There you go. Sergio Leone.
Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Hateful Eight. Django Unchained.
310
Oh,
the
Jake.
310 the
Oh,
Yuma.
man.
Yeah,
The rap
yeah,
music
with,
in there, man.
Christian
Oh,
Bale. Christian
Russell
Bale,
Crowe.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
tight.
God.
Open range.
God,
Kevin Costner.
Steve.
Yeah.
I'm talking for myself, Steve.
Yo,
God.
Young Guns. Young Guns was fire.
What's the one with Steve McQueen?
Once Upon a Time in the West, or
What was the first one? The first when he teamed up with everybody.
Magnificent Seven.
Rap boy no
man.
Western, bruh.
Magnificent Seven,
Bonanza.
I think that
Bonanza.
Magnificent
Bonanza
Seven.
for everything. I like that
Magnificent
show,
Seven.
man.
Yeah.
Bonanza is a great. It's a good show. That's the I Love Lucy.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Magnificent
swear,
Seven.
Bonanza's tight, bro.
Magnificent Seven.
Shout out to
Magnificent Seven
Bonanza,
was
man.
good.
Yeah.
The original one, not the one with Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Donation.
John Sturges. Yeah,
Rude.
that was cool.
Jude the Fourth. Put $5 on this.
Jude the Fourth.
It says hello, mates.
What up?
Hello.
And if you guys Star Trek fans, J3 too.
Gene Roddenberry. Goat.
If done right, it can be legendary. Imagine a Nolan Star Trek film series.
Oh god.
Imagine a Nolan.
He just came.
Yeah. That. No one can do some stuff like that. bro.
Yes, he can.
The thing about no one is, it kind of everything that we've been saying on the panel.
We're out of here in
no
3
one does
minutes.
it.
We're 3 minutes and we're out of here.
No one's that creative factor, man. When it comes to writing and directing, he brings his own original stories. Like studios let him do whatever he wants. I love him for that.
Yes,
and he brings shines to actors, even newcomers, even people that were already established with. He's kind of like that guy.
No.
I feel like when he broke that boundary coming from independent film, I think that was his gateway in with Batman Begins. Like he's doing whatever he wants now. Like he can go big, he can go small. It doesn't matter. As long as that script is on point and if there's like an original story, he won't touch anything that's kind of like material based. Like he'll come in from the outside. Like he got the Batman trilogy out the way. Now he's just back to doing original stuff. I mean, how many directors can we say are doing that?
Hey, how was that Dunkirk? How was that? I haven't seen that movie.
Dunkirk is his worst movie.
I thought so.
And his worst
Why?
movie is still a
Why?
good movie.
Why was it bad?
It had no story,
No story. It was just
no character development. It was purely spectacle. But it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I think
no character, no story.
I think Nolan is good. Star Trek, but
One
he has
out of
to.
his other great films.
Nolan will
Other
have to.
7 movies, right?
Nolan will have to team
Yeah,
up
yeah,
with
yeah.
somebody also
Even his worst film is still a good film.
that knows action
Still
when it
give it
comes
like
to
a
Star
B.
Trek. Because Nolan can give us a great Lost in Space idea, you know what I'm saying, and write it perfectly, dimension barriers, all kind of stuff. But when it comes to that action,
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna need.
It felt-
I'm gonna need.
My Sir Jor, please. Thank you.
I'm gonna need.
I feel that.
It's some. I mean, you know, I don't know. I like action. Shout out to the raid.
Sure.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Jody's Corner Live, episode 10. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to the panel for being here, man. Dope, man. This was a great show today, guys, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fire topics, man. Shout out to J3 and
This is great.
HT3 and the Ronin for being here and giving us that fire. So, news. I want to. Tomorrow is the Justice League live stream on the on Jody's Corner. I'm gonna try to get the channel up, but we have some issues with the accounts right now. But
You gotta get
Jody's
more-
Corner Justice League Live is coming tomorrow. Friday is a Justice League Live as well. Thursday is supposed to be John Wick.
John Wick.
Thursday's supposed to be John Wick. I'm going to try to do a trivia in the afternoon. Thursday afternoon. If I'm gonna see how many people could come. I really want to make sure Savage could come. Savage has been off work, so I think he could come. I'm gonna talk to Savage. As long as Savage could defend his title, whoever else could come after that is a bonus. So Thursday afternoon is what we're going for the trivia for Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Game of Thrones trivia.
Nice.
Thursday afternoon live stream. Loki, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Fiona Rashid Z, Ben 97.
Hey, Loki.
James
Baby Loki.
Lyons,
Low-key.
Raging
John Wick,
Black
baby.
Guy, Lady KC, Surge 562, Tony Robinson. Lit stream, right? Thank you, man. Rick DePine.
Lit. Surge.
Big Braille.
Surge sexy as self.
Hey, shout out to you, Big Braille. Hey, Big Braille. Shout out to you, though, B. Shout out to you, man.
That voice. Great.
Mike J, Justin Lee, Breezes, the lady, Mr. Maximus 357. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He be hating a little bit low key on the Game of Thrones on me a little bit, but it's good. He's still here though. I let him live. You know what I'm saying? Book of Foes, Jay Cello, Chrisette Noel. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, Stevenson Johnson. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing artwork. Merch.
King Pim,
coming
what's up, baby?
Soon. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I'm Jody Joe. That's Ronan Joe Genji. That's J3 and that's HT3. We out this thing,
Triple.
man. This is
Peace out.